It's time for Shawn and Maya in the morning.
Quick pitch to Walter, looking for the record, cuts back, he's got it, he's out of it at 25 to the 26-yard line. Walter Payton becomes the National Football League all-time leading rusher. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Chicago has won the Stanley Cup. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series. A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it, go to Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this TGI Mickey Ficky Friday. It's the weekend, baby, and I am fired up. Man, I'm exhausted, to be honest with you. That workout this morning kicked my butt. Hey, but you know what? Thanks for tuning in, guys. As I said, I'm your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra, and if you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what are you doing? All right, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button. Okay. And now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. And while you're there, you might as well for a goof. Why not for a goof? You know, while you're there, go check out Shawn and Maya in the morning, our Facebook page for the show. All right. Click, type in that, click the like button there. And now you're following the actual show's page, Shawn and Maya in the morning. Now, if you're on YouTube, watching us on YouTube, that's excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, get with the program. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button. Okay, and now you subscribe to Sports Zone Chicago. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, you get our other 5 live shows throughout the week. And they're archived there just like they are on Facebook. So you can go back and check them out anytime you feel like it. Now, if you're watching us on our app, ooh, Charlie, now you're cooking with gas. If you don't have our app, you haven't downloaded it. What? Are you for real? For real? All right, look, here's what you do. You go wherever you get your apps from: Google Play, iTunes, Amazon, Walmart, Kmart, 7-Eleven, White Hen, JCPenney, Zare, Venture, Montgomery Ward, Macy's, wherever you get your apps from. You go and you type in Sports Zone Chicago. You click, you download it. You take us with you on the go, and you know what? Not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other 5 live shows throughout the week, not only are they all archived there, but you get a slew, and I mean a slew of articles, thanks to our man, Clarence Council III. Big shout out to Clarence for such a phenomenal job. You can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me, personally online, you want to know what I did? Well, let me tell you what I did. You want to know what I did? Here's what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and soon to be TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. If you want to follow my lovely co-host, Maya Kai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at the Sports Chica. And if you want to follow her on Instagram, because you're an IG and you do it just for the gram, follow her at Maya_Akais. MAYA_AKAI. I bring him out. He's a man that makes everything run smoothly back here. Over here at Sports Zone Chicago, he's our man, Ivan Vargas. Ivan, what's up, Papa? How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Actually, I was in a rush this morning trying to cut up tape, and I forgot to, set up everything else. So I'm a little flustered right now, but I'm happy the Cubs got the win. Really happy about yesterday.
Undefeated.
It was undefeated.
Undefeated.
You can't go 162-0 without winning the first one, Shawn. I mean,
it's true.
I'll say this: they looked pretty decent. I know it's just game 1 and it was really cold and stuff, but they didn't look shitty. I liked what I see. The bats were out. There was a heartbeat in the crowd. We'll say that the crowd was, even though it was kind of scattered, it wasn't packed. Obviously, there's some people chose not to show up and bear the cold and the rain and such, but it was still alive, man. It was still alive. The home run by Horner and then Happ's double right there to put the Cubs up ahead. It was
Did
just
they
good to have baseball back, man. It was.
Did they
It was
save
very,
see
very
his
fun.
first foot? Did they see his first baseball? His first hit? Did
I
they
think
throw
they
it in
did.
the
I believe
dugout?
they did. Yeah, Seiya's getting his first hit. People were standing up the entire time waiting for him
For
to
him?
get his first hit. Yeah, and
Really?
finally he got it. Yeah, and they talked about dude's pace. I'm just really excited for to see what Seiya Suzuki does. I'm really happy about the Cubs getting the victory. I'll be there again today after the show. I'm gonna head out over there and watch Game 2 of the
Okay.
series. So hopefully we get some more another W here and start 2-0, and then on our way to undefeated Chicago Cubs 2022.
Regular season, that'll be awesome, man.
It's gonna happen.
Make sure you stop by my guy's spot, grab some wings if you're before or after the game. Why not? Or brew. Make sure you check it out. Well, man, thanks a lot. So we got a phenomenal show for you, dude. And guys, we have a great show. We need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us out, whether it be Facebook, whether it be YouTube, whether it's our app, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here at the bottom of your screen. That is, it's for us. For me, it's on the side. It's right here for me. But that's the back office view. Just leave it. It'll come up on the screen for you guys. And my guy Ivan will he will get it. He'll put it up on the screen. Oh shoot! You know what? I forgot to send the. Sorry, Joseph. Forgot to send the rundown to Joseph. My bad, dude. I am so sorry. Anyway, 11:00, man. We got our guy Phil Atoshi joining me today in the 2-back set. He's been breaking down some wide receivers, some linemen. We're going to talk to him. I know he's got some more breakdowns coming up this week. We're going to see who he broke down and who he liked for the Bears in the wide receiver position and the offensive line position. The draft is at the end of the month. Let me tell you, I am excited. I cannot wait for the draft to get here. Because I'm going to tell you this. I'm so I am so sick of people in their mock drafts. I really am. Because then people could say, hey, because then they'll DM me or they'll tag me and say, hey, well, what do you think of this draft? This mock draft? It's the same bullshit as all the other mock drafts. They're guessing. When you get to the second round, that's what we get to. That's a guess. You can have an educated guess if you're in the first round, first couple of picks, but all you need is one person to throw a monkey wrench into that whole system, into that whole thing, and it's done. So people are like, oh, you get all these articles. Oh, well, in such and such third mock draft, the Bears get. No one gives a shit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you think the Bears get, who you say the Bears get, who he says the Bears get, who him from this publication says, who that guy from that publication says, or this guy from that publication said who the Bears get. It doesn't matter. You're guessing and making shit up. Oh, well, tell him, Rock. It doesn't matter what you say. Oh, my God, I'm so sick and tired of it. And then oh, my goodness. You say, yeah, well, we got our bookends. We got this. Oh, we don't have anything. The draft hasn't happened yet. Stop telling me what you think the draft. Okay? Stop telling me what you think of this guy. I am tired of it. I just cannot wait for the draft to happen. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
You don't want to do a mock draft, Shawn?
Dude. Oh, let's do a 7 rounds of a mock draft?
Well, the thing is, and I'll give you. I enjoy watching because some of them are pretty educated. The educated ones, some that make sense. It's like, okay, but you got to think you're messing with a simulator. Like this fucking thing could pump out a million different billions of different type of scenarios, and we just don't know. I mean, it's fun to play with. I don't mind it, but I could see. I understand your frustration where you're constantly seeing it. And you're constantly you're getting debate, but how much is it really worth? Like, how much is that debate really worth?
It's nothing. It's worth jack shit because they don't know. You don't know what's going on in the war room over there with the Chicago Bears. You don't. You do not know what's going on in the war room. You do not know who they're high on. Now, some people say they're high on it. Oh, well, according to such and such, does he know? Does he know? No, he doesn't. I got a better shot of knowing what the hell is going on than you do with my people, what my connections inside. So stop all these. Oh, according to this guy, according to that guy, wait, this guy lives in Philadelphia. How the fuck does he know what's going on in Chicago Bears war room? Oh, give me that nonsense. Stop with the nonsense. And then the month. God, it's only going to get, what do we have, the 28th? Oh, my God. That's when the draft is, the 28th. Oh, Lord, goodness gracious. We got 20 more days. 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3. 3 weeks. 3 weeks from today. Actually, it was yesterday, I think, when they started. It was start yesterday, 21. Yeah. 3 weeks from yesterday. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Luis Mejia, what's up, baby? Sorry, I went on a little bit of a rant this morning because I'm tired of these mock drafts. People, well, what do you think about this guy? He said the Bears. I think he's full of shit. He don't know. Nobody knows. So stop. It's like predicting Chicago weather. Nobody knows. Jesus Christ. That's what it should be. Shell Scott and Tom Schilling's mock weather forecast.
We should do a mock weather forecast.
We should do
the 7-day forecast. Well, we think the 7-day forecast is going to be starting next week. It'll be Monday's show.
Oh, my goodness gracious, great balls of fire, man. Hey, but you know what? I love these guys. I love you guys. Thank you for your support, for tuning in. Cornelius Squalls in the Mickey Ficky house. Shawn Wells in the house, baby. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Luis Mejia in the house. Leo in the house, baby. It is. I am fired up. I'm wearing the black jersey because they're on the road, so they're probably going to wear the gray or the black. They're just not wearing their white ones today. So, Louis, don't even start with your bullshit, dude. Don't even start with your nonsense. Look at it. Don't even put it up there, Ivan.
Louis,
stop it. He's just being a jokester.
Disappointed.
He's being a jokester like Armando Lara Jr. Wait till he tunes in and he gets going. Lord have mercy. But you know what's a Friday? It's fun day. It's Friday fun day. It's gonna be awesome, man. And you know what? You know how we do every day. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
Just when you want it. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
And with the Top of the Morning segment, you know what that means, guys. It means we got to bring in our guy. We got to bring in your guy. We got to bring in the guy. We got to bring in the guy who's looking like DJ D Nice over there with his little hat and everything. And his man, that's our boy. He's the guy you can find on Twitter at ACA Joe. Let's bring him in, Joseph Phillips. Joseph, what's up, Papa?
What's up, Papa? God bless. How you doing?
Nah. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Report card day for the job, so I got off a little early today.
What do you mean you got off early? It's 9 o'clock. Good time to start.
Well, when you're a building sub, you don't have to really, look over grades. They leave that up to the full-time teachers.
Did you have to even go in today?
Nope.
Oh, well, fool, stop it.
I went in.
Oh, you went in? Oh, did you forget? Or you weren't aware that today was that day? Or what?
So sometimes they need support staff, so I went in just in case,
Yeah, no, dude, they ain't paying you, bro.
But the principal was like, "You good?"
No, that's damn right you're good. We don't need you. We got to pay you. Principals, they're penny pinching mother Hubbard.
I know.
Oh, pay a sub a day? No, we don't need you. Sorry, all the teachers are here. Thank you.
Turn into Petty Murphy, huh?
Man, I'm telling you, I could tell you that one, dude. I remember when I first started subbing, dude. Yeah, they're like, no, you don't got to come in these days. And then they remind you the day before. Don't forget, you don't have to come in tomorrow. Right. And they say with a smile, oh, you mean you're not paying me tomorrow? I got you.
Right. Because I showed up anyway. I was like, oh, because some people called off, as you know, as always. Somebody going to call off. Mm-hmm. And once I saw that somebody, I was like, okay, they called off, so maybe I can come in and get a little money. It was like, she was like, Mr. Phillips, and the principal was late too. She was like, Mr. Phillips, You can
Go
go.
home.
You good. I was like, okay.
Get the hell out of here. Go home. We're not paying you.
I was like, I'm just trying to make some money.
You sound like Bernie Mac. I just want some milk and cookies. I just want me some milk and cookies. Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, listen. Well, hey, I'll send you the rundown in a second. I completely forgot because I sent it to Ivan. I didn't send it to you.
It's all good. You know how we do it, Shawn. It's improv, bro.
Well,
It's what it's about, man. It's all about improv.
I definitely don't sleep on your skills. Your ability to talk upon a topic unprepared is second to none. Well, the first and here we go. This one you ain't got to worry about it. The first top of the morning topic: the Cubs. The Cubs are undefeated, baby. The Chicago Cubs beat the Milwaukee Brewers yesterday, 5-4 to start the season. 5-4 to start the season. To open the season, actually, they were the first game on the slate for the entire Major League Baseball due to the postponement of the game on Wednesday. The professor. 5 and a third, 5 hits, 1 run earned, 3 walks, 7 punch outs. Was it Davis Robertson? He got the save when 1 inning, no hits, 1 K. Ian Happ, 3 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. Nico Horner hits the first Major League homer for the 2022 season. That's his first of the year. He drove in 2 runs as well. And your boy, see ya!
Hey, buddy, it's all chilly already.
Fired up, man.
And for Corbin Burns,
See ya. What are you doing? What are you doing?
See ya.
And see ya, Suzuki. He goes 1 for 2. He gets his first Major League hit. Big win for you boys on the north side, Joseph. Big win.
Well, all I gotta say, I'm very shocked that they won opening day. Okay, sound like Ernie Banks, but I'm very shocked about yesterday's win for many reasons. Number one, we beat the Cy Young winner from last year. I don't know what was going on, but I believe that, I know this is only one game, but the glaring stare that I saw yesterday, glaring stare that I saw yesterday was their approach to their at-bats. Mr. Seiya Suzuki, not only he got a hit, but he drew 2 walks. Nicky 2 strikes, a walk. Even though he didn't get a hit, but he drew a walk. I'm noticing at the top of the lineup, guys like Nico Horner, Frank Swindell. You know what?
Frank the Tank.
This is a sneaky lineup. That's all I can say. It's very sneaky. I don't know what we're going to do today, but yesterday was very impressive.
It was good to see. Good to see the Cubs with a win yesterday. Good to see they're undefeated, as I said. Beat a division rival. It beat the Cy Young Award winner. It's it was on and popping yesterday up on the north side. You just got to continue on with it today and the rest of the series. But dude, that was good. That was good. It was very uncharacteristic of Wrigley. There was a lot of empty seats. People chose not to show up yesterday. But I'll tell you what, you keep winning like that, you keep winning key games, or at least staying competitive, that shit's gonna stop. Those stands are gonna fill up quickly. Those stands are gonna fill up quickly, and people are in and around the ballpark. They're gonna get business, going to get back to normal. So, congratulations to you guys yesterday. Big win. The way to start the season, start the Major League Baseball season off, because you were the first game on the slate. As it said, the Yankees and Red Sox game got postponed the day before. So,
hey, Shawn, you know who was another overachiever in that lineup yesterday?
No,
Ian Happ. Okay.
Why would you say he's an overachiever? He's been at the big league level before, and he's done well.
Well, he had 3 hits yesterday.
Yeah,
that's not common. Okay, I know that he hit the occasional home run. He's a swing and miss guy, but 3 hits, at the bottom of a lineup. And I know it's only the first game. I'm not putting too much stock into it, but when I looked at the lineup card yesterday, I was very disappointed. This is before the game, that Seiya was at the six hole. You know, I was just
Why?
like, man, I
You want
want
him
to
up?
move because I got MLB to show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, when I put him in the number 2 hole, and when I'm talking about the round production was at an all-time high, because I got Nicky 2 strikes leading off. I got Sayed at the 2 spot. I got Wilson at the 3. Then I got Frank the Tank backing
Wilson.
Wilson. And then after Frank the Tank, I put Patrick Wisdom there. Then after Patrick Wisdom, I put Brendan Davis there. And the reason why I put Brendan Davis there because he's being called up in June. So I'm just getting a preview on what he can do.
Okay.
And then after Brendan Davis, maybe an Ian Happ or somebody, and then a Nico Horner or a Jonathan Villa. You know? So that's my lineup. But I haven't seen that lineup put out there yet. This is the first game of the season. But hopefully, they can put Sayar in that number 2 spot and he can get better pitches to hit.
Okay. Interesting take. You want him to go from 6 to 2. Okay.
Yeah, because I think Nicky 2 strikes is he has such a great approach at bat.
Yeah, he does, dude. Yeah, he does.
Like, and he's gonna foul off some pitches. He's gonna make the pitcher work, and either you're gonna walk him or he's going to put the ball in play. Now I know Wrigley Field is the king of groundouts, but I think Nicky can hit well in our ballpark with a lot of singles, doubles, triples, etc. In addition to Seiya, who can pretty much spray the ball around the field. And I know his blueprint is Mike Trout, but I think there'll be a perfect opportunity for him to get a lot of good pitches to look at in the 2 spot.
Okay. I follow you. I follow you. Hopefully, you know what? Call David Ross. Let him know what you're thinking. Hey, I gotta shoot you an email real quick of the lineup that I think should work, and then and go from there.
Yeah, he's the pro. They want to know, so you gotta listen to me.
This is true. They are 1-0, and it was you know what? It was a relief. Finally back in 3 years. The first time in 3 years, there was a regular opening day. It was the first time that, and I know it wasn't crowded like you guys are normally used to, but it'll get back there. But just the smell of the hot dogs, the smell of the beer, the energy that's at a place like Wrigley Field. I know I give you guys shit all the time and tease you, and we go back and forth, but Wrigley Field is one of the last original ones, and Fenway, when there's a special energy to that place. And you know what, if that's your team, which it is yours and Ivan's, and a whole bunch of other my friends, all the short busters, you walk in there and you're like, you get that energy, and to have it fully on, with open, everything's open at 100%, and to be there, to be out there, spring's coming. We know how spring in Chicago is. It could be 70, 75 degrees, and it could be 40 and rainy. Well, yesterday was 40 and rainy, but better days are coming. Nicer days are coming, and it was the opening to, like, okay, the year is now complete. We've finally complete. We've come full circle. We're back to a regular opening day, and hope springs eternal. We talked about it with you guys. And I don't think you guys are going to win the World Series. Okay, but it doesn't mean you can't have a good season. It doesn't mean you can't develop prospects. It doesn't mean you can't play exciting baseball. It doesn't mean that at all. And if they do play that type of baseball, then you're going to have to look at David Ross and, like, listen, dude, you are one hell of a manager to get everybody to play, a fundamentally sound, exciting brand of baseball.
Hey, we want to win the World Series, by the way, Shawn. So
I hear you, dude, but it's not happening this year.
Nothing less. Okay.
Oh, it's going to be a lot less this year. Let's be real. I have a tough time thinking that we're going to win the World Series this year. We're more stacked than you guys. So,
we don't lower our standards, man. We want the World Series of buzz, man.
It's gonna be a bust. I'm gonna tell that right now. It's gonna be a bust. Not negative Nancy, negative Norman, but I'll tell you what. Let's just call a spade a spade.
You were like what they call it, the Wayne Downer.
Hey guys, let's take a quick break, and on the other side of the break, we have more top of the morning topics. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago when it's TGI Mickey Ficky Friday. It is the weekend, baby, and I am fired up. Let me tell you.
Did you just mix a cocktail? Is that what you're showing? Is that what you're putting up on the?
No. So no,
Am I wrong, Joseph?
no, it's not.
I'm the bartender.
This is not the White Sox home opener. This is not the White Sox home opener. That would probably be a yes.
Sean, put
That
the
would
mustard
definitely
on
be a
the
yes.
plate, baby.
No, but what it is, here's what it is. I got a can of fruit, a mason jar of fruit.
Okay. You know what that
Okay.
looked like, man? When my grandmama and them used to give me those
Moonshine.
preserved jelly. Remember the
Oh,
preserved jelly grandma
yeah,
used to give?
yeah.
Used to
So
put it on your toast?
I got so that's what I made those. So that's my breakfast for the foreseeable future. Summertime. Hey, what you guys, you Joseph, not so much you, but Ivan, you and Ken, man, Italian Shawn, summer of Shawn is back, baby. Don't be angry. You think I go to CrossFit 4 days a week for nothing, Mother Hubbard? For nothing? No, baby, you got to eat. You got to eat properly. All right, you got to have good breakfast. You got to stop eating all that stuff that makes it that slows us down and makes us fat. All right. So this is my breakfast for the foreseeable future. I got some tuna. No, I got some salmon. Excuse me, because today's Friday. I can't eat meat, otherwise I'm gonna go to hell.
Don't sleep on the tuna, though. Don't sleep on the tuna.
Oh, I like the real tuna, not the canned tuna anymore.
Yeah.
I've evolved. Although I will eat. I'm not gonna lie. You
Well,
can never take
excuse
that out
me,
of me.
sir.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I'll still eat the canned tuna.
You got the upscale version. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the poke tuna. You go to Fresh Time Market. Then I gave them
Did you get the raw tuna on crackers?
Yeah, man. So they have. I'm telling you,
Bougie Shawn.
Bougie Shawn.
dude. When I got, and this happened 4 years ago, when we were in 2018, when we were down in spring training, and my guy turned me on. It's called Sriracha Poke out there, but here we found it at Fresh Time. It was spicy poke tuna, and dude, and they cut it in chunks. Man, this is the dopest shit I've ever had. If you like tuna, please go look at a poke bowl. And there's a lot of poke spots out there, but the sriracha, I mean they call it spicy poke tuna at Fresh Time Market. So if you're on the north side, they have one on Clybourne. If you're they have one in Joliet as well. But on Clybourne, Charlie, this is off the chain.
I got a spot for you. Aloha Poke. Aloha Poke. You have had that?
Is it a chain or is it just a restaurant?
I believe so. It's a Hawaiian restaurant.
They just opened one up out here. I went there I was there last week.
You get you get the tuna on top. You get you a rice bowl. Oh man,
yeah,
with all type of your ingredients like veggies.
So you go through a poke. Yeah, then that's the one I was at. Yes, they opened one up in Orland right next to or 2 doors down from my Jersey Mike's, and I love me some Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's, yes. Don't sleep on their tuna sandwiches either.
So yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, man. That's good stuff. I was there, and I may do that today. But there's a fish fry. I found dude. I'm starting to get more and more suburbanized, dude. There's a bar across the street that every Friday, the whole year, not just during Lent, has a all-you-can-eat fish fry. And it's just good. $13. I was like, man, I just walk across the street, dude.
Wait, all you can eat? Where is this at?
Yeah, it's called the Cottage Bar and Grill on 159th, about 7800 West on 159th. And dude, I go in there. It starts at 5. It don't start till 5:30 though, so it has to be for dinner. And dude, they gave me 4 pieces the first time. I go, dude, I'm done. I don't need to go. I don't need any more. 4 pieces, man. I'm telling you, good stuff. Good stuff. But we digress.
Right.
Ivan's making fun of me thinking I'm drinking on a job.
Y'all making me hungry. Y'all making me hungry thinking about it.
The next time of the morning topic, the Blackhawks, baby. The Blackhawks lose to the Kraken. Release the Kraken. The Kraken was released yesterday. The Blackhawks fall 2-0. But you know what? That wasn't the real story. Okay, that was not the real story. The real story was what happened before the game. Marian Hossa, Big Hoss. Marian Hossa was in town yesterday to sign a 1-day contract, and he retired a Chicago Blackhawk. And you know what? The great part about it is they retired his jersey. So no one else will ever wear the number 81 in a Blackhawks uniform. And I'll tell you this. Marion Hossa was the final piece. It put us. That's the straw that broke the camel's back. The stuff that got us through the finish line. That signing, that free agent signing, is what propelled the Blackhawks to 3 Stanley Cups in 5 seasons. Should have been 4. And let me tell you, it was. If you don't remember the whole Marion Hossa thing, Marion Hossa played for 3 different teams in 3 years.
Yeah.
So the Blackhawks won it in 10. So in 2008, 2009, he played for Pittsburgh, and they played Detroit in the I would say Pittsburgh. It's one of the two. He played for Pittsburgh, and he played Detroit in the Stanley Cup, and Detroit won. So then he goes to Detroit, and he plays for Detroit, and they played Pittsburgh again the following season in the Stanley Cup, and then the other team won. So he was in 2 Stanley Cups, was on losing teams in consecutive years. In 2010, they signed him to the Blackhawks, and the rest, as they say, is history. Yeah, it was a great night yesterday. Unfortunately, the Blackhawks lost, but it was a great night seeing Marion Hossa, having him retire a Blackhawk, and getting a chance to honor him again, because without him, we don't win those 3 Stanley Cup championships.
Yeah, this is why I hope that other sports teams in Chicago can pretty much take their cue from the Blackhawks and honoring their all-time greats, because sometimes when you can bring back your greats, it can kind of like ease the pain of losing a little bit, you know. And when I'm saying that, because the Blackhawks lost yesterday, but like you were saying, Sean, there was still a celebration going on, a celebration of one of the greatest hockey players in Blackhawks history, in Marion Hossa. And I think the Bulls should take their cue from that. And I know they honor people every now and then, but they don't honor our guys enough. The Bears also, okay? Let's step it up in those areas, because we have rich history here in the city of Chicago. Cubs too, okay? Now Sammy Sosa, that's a different story. But
Don't get
Marion
me
Hossa,
started.
yes.
I love me some Sammy Sosa. Stop it. But
Sosa, no, this one.
the thing about this is, it can go down, and it is, in my opinion, it is the best free agent signing that the city of Chicago has ever had. All right. Some people will argue it's Lester, and that's legitimate. Some may argue Rodman. I can't say that because Opposed had already won 3 titles. Okay. But Lester only was part of 1 World Series championship, and as great as that was, ending the 108-year streak, Hossa helped bring 3, and it should have been 4. Okay, he brought 3. He was a key component to 3 Stanley Cup championships in our time here in Chicago. And you know what? So in my opinion, it'll go Hossa and then Lester as the best free agent signings in the city of Chicago. When they brought him over, dude, he gave them another. His ability to score was unmatched. His big body, he could stand in front of the net, take abuse, stick handle with one arm, with one hand, while he's fighting off other people, holding people off. This sucker is stick handling with one hand and getting shots off with one hand. It was literally amazing.
Yeah, so this is I was just thinking about it. From the White Sox to the Cubs to the Blackhawks, like a lot of our 10-year anniversaries are coming up, because you guys, I know your last 10-year anniversary. But I'm talking just as far as like celebrating those teams, the championship teams. I think that was what, 2015 for you guys, correct?
For whom?
When the White Sox won the World Series.
05.
05. So 2015 was y'all 10-year anniversary.
Oh, 20. Yes.
So y'all next one is coming up in 2025. So with the Blackhawks, by them winning 3 Stanley Cups, what was they, 2010? They won
10, 13, and 15.
2013. So next year, next year would be their 10-year anniversary of celebrating that 2013 team. And then with the Bulls, it's the same way. So what I'm saying is that, these type of celebrations, even though this is a Hossa retirement and everything like that, but fans look forward to these type of celebrations to take their mind off of losing, and also uh, just just pretty much having hope for the future.
Yeah, well, let's move on. The next top of the morning topic. The White Sox, baby. My White Sox open their season up today in Detroit. They head to Motown with a 12:10 start, Central Time start. They kick. It's their season opener. Okay, and it is going to be. It's going to be an interesting one. There's a lot surrounding this team, and unfortunately, not a lot of it is good. There's just far too many injuries. There's far too many question marks. Far too many unanswered uh, questions for dealing with this team. You got Lucas Giolito today going against Eduardo Rodriguez. Um, I'll tell you what, Lucas. We're gonna get to see Lucas. Okay, Lucas is gonna. You remember if you don't remember, he put on about 15 to 20 pounds in the off season, mostly muscle, mostly in his lower extremities. So we're talking squats, we're talking deadlifts, we're talking a whole bunch of other things. And he wanted to be able to go to run this marathon that's called the baseball season, and not falter. And he wants to be a consistent 200 inning guy. So it gets started in Motown today, and unfortunately, we're going to be without Yohan Moncada and Tim Anderson. Yohan Moncada's out with on the 10-day IL with a strained oblique, and Tim Anderson is serving a 2-game suspension from last season where he allegedly bumped an official in a skirmish, actually in Detroit. So we're going to be shorthanded, but you know what? Nobody cares.
Well, I know you guys are going to eat your opening day opponent for breakfast because I can tell you, when it comes to far too many, you guys have far too many sluggers in your lineup, and pretty much far too many talented guys on your team. Okay, there's no excuse. I believe you guys are going to handle your business and go out there, lay the smack down on your opponent, and you guys should get off to an easy 4-0 start, 3-0 start. No problem.
I don't know, Joseph. I really don't. We're dealing with the injury bug. Okay, one of our starting pitchers, Lance Lynn, is out. Okay, he's having surgery. He'll be back in a couple of months. That hurts us. We have our reliever, Garrett Crochet. He's out. Okay, so we just weakened our starting rotation. Our starting rotation was just weakened with the injury to Lance Lynn. Then with Michael Kopech leaving the bullpen, going to the starting rotation, that weakens our bullpen. Michael Kopech is a 100-mile-an-hour flamethrower from the right side, so that weakens the bullpen. But also, it's a double whammy because Garrett Crochet is out with Tommy John surgery, and he's a left-handed 100-mile-an-hour fastballer. And not to mention, Ryan Burr is out with a strained right shoulder. So we're talking. You look at these people. There's a lot of pieces here that are going to be missing to start the season. I can only hope and pray that this lineup that we are so excited about with Eloy, with Lubov, and I know TA is not playing today, okay, but even with Yasmani Grandal, with some of the other guys that they have, AJ Pollock. Let's not forget that.
Right, you guys are
signing.
loaded, Shawn.
We are, but we seriously just can't continue to outslug people. All right, pitching and defense are going to play a key factor. I think our offense should hold us up initially.
Yeah.
Okay, but then we're going to have to get people back. I know we signed, Johnny Cuevas, but I'm Johnny Cueto, not Cuevas. I was thinking of one of my former students, Johnny Cueto, but he's not ready yet. He's going to be about a month. So we got some holes, man. And, I hope we don't get outslugged. Our bats need to come alive. Our bats need to start today, not in the second or third or fourth inning. They need to start today. First inning, first pitch. They need to get going because they need to send a message to everybody, especially because we're playing a division rival. And one of your former guys, Javier Baez, we're placed in the Detroit Tigers. We're facing a division rival. Let them know it's going to be a long year because we're ready with the bats. We're locked and loaded.
Yeah, you guys shouldn't have a problem putting them away. You guys have a pretty decent schedule. Um, now there is a rookie in the almost called the Lions, the Tigers lineup. I heard he's been called up. and with just pretty much with the threat of him and Javi Baez and maybe Miguel Cabrera, I don't think you guys have anything to worry about. Especially their pitching staff. I don't think you guys should be intimidated. Y'all should win this game or this series easily. It's no excuse.
I hope so. I hope so. I really do. It's a. I hope so. Nothing more, nothing less than that. I just with all the injuries and you know, I would like us. As Ivan said, you can't go 162-0 without going
No.
1-0. So we got to go 1-0, and it'll be the first time in Major League Baseball history that two teams go 100 or go 162-0, the Cubs and the Sox. So it's going to be a good season for us.
Yeah, we need y'all to be 1-0. But you know what? We probably be 1-1 after today, but hopefully we can have two first place teams in the city before the weekend kicks off.
That'll be nice, Joseph. That'll be really, really nice. Well, moving on to the next top of the morning topic, the Bulls. The Chicago Bulls play their last home regular season game tonight as they welcome the Charlotte Hornets to the United Center to the West Side, or is it West Town? What do we want to call it? West Town or West Side? Because they renamed, thanks to gentrification, they renamed that West Town. Anyway, they welcome the Charlotte Hornets to the United Center at 7 p.m. tonight, and they're locked in at the 6th spot. They can't go any lower. They need they're 2 games behind Toronto, who's in the 5th slot. So a Toronto win or a Bulls loss will solidify them in and lock them in at the number 6 seed with only 2 games remaining.
Well, like you were just talking about the White Sox, even though we have injuries, but there's still no excuse. The guys that are out there, they have to play. And one thing I have to say is this. Just because you make it to the pros, that doesn't mean you forget how to play basketball. Like at the end of the day, it's still basketball. I've seen bottom of the basement teams beat the top tier teams. For example, the Houston Rockets. They beat more top tier teams than we have. So that's the problem. So it's no excuse. It's low IQ basketball from this Bulls team. What I'm not seeing effort. And like Zach LaVine said, and I hope he was talking about himself, they're disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
You got everybody doing something different. Everybody doing things that they shouldn't be doing. It's just it's out of control. It's ridiculous. And it's really sad that this is happening. It's very sad. So I don't really know what to say. They're gonna have to step up, man. It's no excuse. They men. Like Nico. I keep calling Nikola Vucevic Nico. I don't know why, but Nico, before he got punched in his face, he was Wico. Okay. Bottom line is that Nikolai Vucevic is starting to turn into Nico. I'm about to start calling him Wico. Okay, get it together. You playing soft. You playing like you a little man. You a big man. Stop all the crying. Stop kicking the Stacey King. Did you see him kick the broadcast booth?
No.
This man, because he couldn't get a foul, he goes to the broadcast booth and kicked the broadcast booth. I said, are you kidding me? So they gotta grow up, man. Like you ain't been to the playoffs in 5 years. And some of you guys, this is your first time making it to the playoffs. This may be your only time ever making it to the playoffs. You better take advantage of it and come out like game busters. I don't want to hear anybody crying. I don't want to hear any excuses. All of this that's taking place right now, it all falls on the players. They have to step up. They don't want to step up because they want to just do what they want to do and coast. You can't do that. You have to step your game up, bottom line.
Yeah, so that leads to the question: what do you think they're going to do with Vooch in the offseason? Because Vooch is not I think he has one more year on his contract, but he's not as dominant as we anticipated him being. He's at a situation. He's at a point where, he's a liability on defense. He's not giving us what we want offensively. He continues to shoot the 3-point shot when he's not a 3-point shooter. He can shoot it every once in a while, but not 3 or 4 times a quarter. Like, dude, Nikola, you need to stop. Like, that's not going to get it done. So, it's interesting to
I'm
see,
feeling it.
how it's going to play out. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with Vooch. There've been a lot of trade rumors. And then the big question is, what do you do with Zach LaVine? I mean, Zach LaVine is a free agent. You can offer him. You can offer him the max, but is he worth $200 million? I don't think so. Me personally, I don't think so. He has not done his best. He has not closed out games for us. He's not won games for us. He's deferred to DeMar DeRozan, and that's no slight on DeMar DeRozan. It's a slight on Zach. Zach, you have to take, pun intended, you got to take the bull by the horns, and you got to win some games. Okay, you got to get out of your feelings. He's a little too sensitive when he's not getting his calls. Okay, talk to these officials like men. Like, there's a lot that he's got to learn, and if you ask me today, would I give him the max? I say no. I say I don't think he deserves it. And the Bulls, on the other hand, they may have other thoughts. But right now, there's a lot of question marks with this Bulls team, and Vucevic and Zach LaVine are two of them.
Guys who are missing, right? We still better than last year's team, correct?
We are, yes.
So that's why I was like, we need to be improving. Like, we need to be growing up in some areas. It's no excuse. It's zero tolerance for lack of hustle. There's zero tolerance for lack of effort. And this is what I'm seeing from guys like Kobe White, seeing it from guys like Zach LaVine. And on occasions, I see it from guys like Nikolai Vucevic. Also, I'm going to throw Pat Williams in there too, because a lot of these guys' game has digressed. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what were y'all doing in the offseason? Did y'all forget how to play basketball? Did y'all forget the toughness that it takes to come out every day to play an NBA game, even if it's against a weak seed? Bottom line is, just like Patrick Williams was saying in the press conference, teams are giving us their best. Of course they're going to give it to you. You need to give teams their best too. Okay? Get it together.
When you talk about teams giving you their best, okay, that means teams that you're no longer under the radar. Okay, teams understand who you are and you're a quality team. Okay, which means so it's understandable. But the mindset that you have to have, okay, is you need to. The mindset is we need to put forth we got to give other teams our best, because the more you strive, because when teams give their best to the guys, the teams that are advanced, the teams that are winning, the teams that are champs, the teams that are, because they get up for them. Okay, and right now, you Bulls, you haven't done anything. You made the playoffs for the first time in 5 seasons. Okay, great, congratulations.
Right.
Here's a donut.
Right.
But that for all intents and purposes doesn't mean anything. You have to have the hunger and the desire, okay, to win the world championship. You have to, and you don't worry about who gives you what, because you must give the same effort every time, and that's maximum effort, because you haven't won anything. And there's the old saying, it's harder to get out, it's harder to stay on top than to get there. It's hard to get there. And right now, the Bulls haven't gotten there, and they need to refocus. And everybody needs to look themselves in the eye and say, "Man, what am I doing? What it's helping this team contribute to helping this team win, and what can I do better?"
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, these are questions they have to reflect in the mirror and ask themselves. Okay, if I can't play on the professional level, then why am I here? Okay, you are a pro. There's no excuse to compete. Why are you bowing down to guys? Just like Stacey King said, and I love Ayo Dosunmu. I think Ayo Dosunmu got the highest basketball IQ on the team. Like, when it comes to just doing simple things. But he needs some veterans to teach him things. But if you can't teach them anything if you don't know, you can't teach what you don't know, and you can't lead where you don't go. And that's in the words of my former godmother, Willie Barrel, Willie Taplin Barrel. She say that all the time, because what I'm seeing out of this Bulls team, like even when it comes to guys getting fouled, they helping guys up, they patting them on the back, they escorting them to the layup line, you're escorting them to the 3-point line. I mean, where's the toughness at? Where's the heart at? This is Chicago. This is not Phoenix. This is not LA. This is not New York. This is Chicago. And Chicago is known for being grimy, for being tough, for being gritty. We make our bones on defense. I'm not seeing that out of this team. I'm seeing this team padding their stats, get their little every now and then get your double digit scoring. And then after that, they just stop playing. They're not giving a 4-quarter effort. They're not giving effort on every possession. I'm seeing that too much out of this team. And they're going to end up, if they keep playing like this, they're going to end up blowing up the roster. And we got to keep starting all over again.
Yeah, I think they're at a crossroads. They're at a crossroads, Joseph. Again, I talked about Vooch. What do you do with Vooch? Do you try and trade him for another asset? Would you offer Zach the max? DeMar DeRozan only has a couple of years left, 2, maybe 3 years left to play at a high level. So your window to win is in the next 2 or 3 years. And what are you going to do? With Zach LaVine, with there's just too many variables right now, and they don't seem settled. And it's unfortunate. I thought the Bulls had thought, and we had thought that they had settled the big man spot with Vooch. But Vooch for some reason is just enamored with that three. Get your ass back down on the post. Start boxing. Blocking people off. All right, start using them, posting them up. All right, get your back to the basket. Give me a little hook that's going to go from 5 feet more often than not, and play like give me some rebounds. Give me some inside scoring that we need, and that's not happening. He just wants to continue to do stuff that's not productive for the
cry.
team. So, well, moving on. The next top of the morning topic. The final one is Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is in the Masters. Last week it was undetermined of whether or not he was going to play, and he played, and he finished his opening round of the Masters yesterday with a 1 under 71, 1 under par 71. Respectable. 4 strokes off the lead, but you know what? Tiger's not the dude who jumps to a big lead on most of the time. Okay. Players have gotten better over the years. Okay. And what Tiger does is Tiger stays close. Tiger stays close and, makes the cut, because this is a guy who's never missed a cut. So this is a guy, if you anticipate him making the cut, and then stay close. You stay close until you're in striking range on a Saturday, and all of a sudden you're like, oh snap! You have a string of birdies, maybe an eagle here or there, and all of a sudden you're like, oh snap! Tiger was 3 off the lead. Now he's 1 off the lead. Tiger, I'm happy for him. He had that horrific car accident. He's had a lot of issues, in the last few years, but to see him back on a golf course, Joseph, it's a sight for sore eyes.
Yeah, first of all, it's a miraculous recovery, because what I heard originally was that he was going to be out for a while. Like, I didn't think it was going to be this. I didn't think he's going to return this quick. And just to see him out there is good for the sport of golf.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't know how good it is for his body, if it's recovered or not. But like you said, he can shoot a 71, a minus 71 in his sleep. That's how good he is. Even with injuries toward his legs, where most of his strength comes from, and also his upper body. But bottom line is, I hope he turns his career around. I hope he get the necessary help that he needs. I hope he gives his life to the Lord too. That's one of my big things, so that he can move on from his past.
Okay, well, his I'm more worried about him right now as a golfer, and I want to see him do well. I want to see him, and the one thing that I'm confident in is that he will extend his career, because if you remember, Tiger Woods, he takes care of his body. He was the first golfer to start lifting weights to help his game, because people that didn't understand why he was lifting weights, and they thought, you're too muscle bound, you're this, you're that. That's not the case at all. All right. He really, he brought to the forefront weightlifting for golfers. And after his injury, the thing about a champion is champions, people like Tiger, okay, they love the process. The results take care of themselves. They love the process. And, when they said, okay, Tiger, you're back, here's what you got to do. Here's what you got to do. You got to you really got to hit the weights. You got to stretch. You got to do this. It's all part of the process. It's like, okay, no problem. To get back to competitive golf, that's what he had to do. And guess what? That's what he did. And it's good to see him back. It's good to see him, looking, like the Tiger of old. And God forbid he win it. He only needs a couple more tournaments to beat Jack to have the all-time record in majors. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility. And I'm not saying he's going to win the Masters this year. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying the healthier he stays, okay, and the more he gets back into the swing of things, no pun intended, the more dangerous he's going to be. And watch out, he may end up winning a major this year. So keep it up, Tiger. My hat's off to you. I know you've had a rough last couple of years. Some of it self-induced, some of it not. Right. But nonetheless, the fact of the matter is you're back. You shot a 1 under 71 yesterday, more than respectable. And just stay close. Stay close till make the cut. Stay close and let everyone hear the Tiger breathing on Saturday.
Right, or hear the Tiger roar on Sunday. It'll be funny.
Breathe on, yeah. You hear him breathing behind you on Saturday, and you hear him roaring on Sunday. So, yep, hey, Joseph, true. Great stuff, Papa. You have any fun stuff that you're doing this weekend?
Yeah, we're gonna probably take the family out, do a little bowling.
Okay.
This Saturday, have a little outing. Good little competition, and then like I'm telling you, Shawn, I encourage you to go get that MLB The Show 22, man. I know you don't play the game and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't play video games, bro.
Well, if you do ever play it, man. If you ever play it, man.
Now that's a fairy tale. I'm not playing video game. Last time I played video games
get
consistently.
To play it either, but when I do, boy, I make my trades. I'm Mr. GM himself.
The last time I played video games on a consistent basis, semi-consistent basis, I was a sophomore in college.
Nah, I don't get the chance to play it that much, but when I do play it, I try to take advantage of the time.
All right, well, cool. Listen, you have a phenomenal weekend. Enjoy the family, and we will see you. All right?
All right, peace out. God bless.
You have a great day. Guys, that was Joseph Phillips from the Chicago Crusader, and a little more chill today. I'm good. Good to see Joseph kind of chill and relax and not all QAnon this morning. Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. Well, listen, we got to take a quick break, and on the other side of the break, we're going to switch gears. We're going to talk a little White Sox and baseball, White Sox and Cubs baseball. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash on the Sports Zone Chicago.
Hamp hits a drive into right center field. Back goes Kane. That ball is going to be off the wall. One run is in. Contreras around third. He scores.
The call on the Cubs radio network, 5-4 the win at Wrigley over the Brewers on opening day. Kyle Hendricks struck out 7 over 5 1/3. He gave up a run on 5 hits and walked 3. Milwaukee's Corbin Burns allowed 3 runs on 4 hits over 5 innings. He struck out 4 and walked 3. The series continues this afternoon. Milwaukee sends righty Brandon Woodruff to the hill. He'll take on lefty Justin Steele. It's a 1:20 first pitch at Wrigley Field. The White Sox open the season today. 12:10 Central first pitch from Detroit. Lefty Eduardo Rodriguez starts for the Tigers. The White Sox go with right-hander Lucas Giolito. For lightning fast sports updates, download the Score app. It's free and one of the most popular sports apps in North America. I'm Chuck Sanders. That's the Sports Flash on the Sports Zone Chicago.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emu wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
There are
so many words to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. The chicken, juicy, succulent, seared. The brioche roll, buttery and toasty. The Parmesan crisps, crunchy, tangy. The secret aioli, creamy and rich. All those words, but when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera's new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. Enjoy a free drink with purchase of a new Chef's Chicken Sandwich. Restrictions apply. For details, visit panerabread.com/online code.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's opening day as the Cubs host the Milwaukee Brewers. And now, taking the field, your 2022 Chicago Cubs.
Got him swinging, Hendricks. And his first big league hit. Welcome to the show, Saying. That's drilled out towards left center field. Out of here! Into the bleachers.
Two-run double, Ian Happ. Cubs lead 5-3.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Wow, dude, that was, you know what, Ivan? That I kind of got a little chills on that.
Yeah, it was fun. I'll tell you, it was a blast. I mean, the video did its wonders. It was good production and editing and such. But like, yeah, being there was after that Ian Happ hit. You're like, oh man, like this is the Cubs are winning. Like it was just felt good, dude.
You know what? And it's not because I'm a Cub fan. It's because I'm a sports fan. I'm a baseball fan. And again, you know, I mess around with Cubs and we talk shit, you know, all the time. You know, us and Cubs fans. But you have to understand that, you know, Wrigley Field is one of the last two places around original stadiums, you know, and so, you know, there's history there. There's, you know, especially for you Cub fans now, you understand you've witnessed history. You most likely you were there in 2016 at some point throughout the year, and to have baseball taken away from us in its purest form, where you know they you know, no fans in the stands for the majority for one season, and then you know, for part of last season, it was it sucked, you know, and to finally have it back, and you know, the Cubs are one of those organizations that people just gravitate towards, okay, because you know, thank God for them. Back in the 80s, you had, you know, they were a super station there, and people all across the country got to see them, just like the Braves. WTBS was a super station, so it got just hearing, you know, the announcer, just hearing, you know, the crack of the bat. Cub fans get excited. It's fun, man, because you know what? I'm looking for that for my team. You know, you guys just happen to be the first game of the Major League season this year, and you guys did it well. All right, you played it well, and you got everyone excited for their own team. And you know, again, that you're right, that editing was great. But I can guarantee you, and you can speak for them more than I can. It's nothing like being there, man. It had to be just nothing like being there, especially when, you know, coming off that COVID, coming off the, you know, again, it's been 3 years since you've had a normal opening day, and you know, it was good stuff, dude. It just got me excited for my guys. You know, it really did. It got me excited for my guys. You know, have a lot more concern than you do, you know, because the expectations for us are huge this year. And you know, I was listening to Buster Olney yesterday, and dude, you're gonna believe this. He said he picks Dylan Cease to win the Cy Young. You know, you gotta be. There's so much talent on this White Sox team. Thank you, Chicago Cubs. There's so much talent on this Chicago White Sox team that, you know, it'll be criminal if you don't get at least to the, you know, National League or the American League Championship Series.
It's funny. You guys need a second baseman. We have a second baseman. I wonder where that second baseman came from. But yeah, Nicky Two Strikes he's home, baby. He's home. He's right where he needs to be. With the Sox, I'll say, look, they didn't want you to finish. They didn't want you, Nicky. You're home. Welcome home. For the Sox, man, you got a lot. You got a lot of murky water to navigate. I don't know what to think of Yohan. You know what I'm saying? We talked about him needing to have some type of a year. You know what I'm saying? Some type of a great season, not carrying the team, but through stretches, maybe he does. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he does carry the team for maybe a couple weeks, maybe more than a couple weeks. He had to have had a statement type of year, not the way you want to start out with him starting out on the DL.
No, definitely not. And you know it's it's frustrating because we were looking to hit the ground running. You know, we're looking to hit the ground running, and I'm not saying we can't, but when a guy that you know is going to be a key part of this season can't play, it sucks. When you got Tim Anderson serving a 2-game suspension to start the season, it sucks. All right. In addition to all the other people that we know, we just talked about Ryan Bird being out. We talked about Crochet being out. We talked about Lynn being out. Definitely not the way you want to start. Definitely not the way. But you know what? I'll tell you this. There's a lot of room. So AJ Pollock has a chance to step up and kind of I don't want to say reclaim glory, but you know, starting over in a new spot with a team with expectations, you know, here's a chance for him to kind of get back in a groove and be a big contributor. Eloy, you want to be MVP? Guess what? Here's where you're going to need to step up. You know, Lou Bob, you want to be MVP? Here's where you need to step up. They're talking about, you know, Lou Bob. They're talking about this dude. Everyone's talking about you, baby. Well, then you got to show up. All right. You can't be resting on your laurels saying, well, I want a gold glove. Well, great. You know how many people won gold gloves? A lot. Okay. If you want to be a difference maker, then you need to be a difference maker. It's the mentality that you have to have. Not, oh, I'm so great. I'm going to work every day. Is that, you know what? It seems like you have to be on a mission. That's probably what it is. I need to see you on a mission. I need to see that look in your eye. I need to see the focus in your at-bats. I need to see you going deep in counts. I need to see you laying off pitches. I need to see you knocking the hell out of mistakes thrown by pitchers. That's what I need to see from you, Lou Bob. All right. In addition to you continuing to play a Gold Glove center field. Eloy, grow the freak up. All right. Stop jumping in the nets. Stop acting crazy. Look, you have the talent between those two and Yo-Yo is unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Just those three. I'm not even talking about TA. I'm not even talking about Vaughn. I'm not even talking about Abreu. Just those three. They should. They have the ability. They should be in the MVP race every year. They should. With the talent that they have, they should be in the MVP race every single freaking year. And why aren't they? Okay? They're not focused. It's their state of mind. You know, let's just say this. Let me, and I know you're going to have a lot of, do me a favor, and I love the jerseys they're wearing, but save your comments for your mama, okay? But imagine if they had the same approach at the plate as Barry Bonds. You saw how phenomenal what an eye Barry Bonds had at the plate. You saw that. Okay? You saw when a pitcher missed his pitch and missed his spot, you saw what he did to it. Okay? They need to be, this is the year, man. This is, and you might not win the World Series, but guess what? It sets it up like, oh, snap. Look at these guys. It'll take one hell of a team. Maybe Toronto will be the one to unseat us, but they're powerful offense as well. Lord have mercy. But I need to see you on a mission. Okay? I need to see everybody buying in. Lou Bob, all right? You ain't won shit. You wanted a gold glove. That's not going to win you a World Series. You need to be focused. Eloy, Stop being a pun of jokes. Abreu, I need you to stay consistent and kind of guide these guys and let them know we got to work, baby. We got to work. We have not won anything. That's the thing. You haven't won anything. There's got to be that hunger that I talked about before. There's got to be. And I need to see it today. You're a couple men down, especially with your catalyst in Tim Anderson. Then you know what? Somebody else better step up. Lubop, step your ass up. Eloy, step up. I'm excited. I'll be there on Tuesday. It's going to be a great, great time. You know, just how you felt, Ivan, yesterday, walking into your ballpark, the smell of beer, the smell of popcorn, the energy that you literally just would walk through like you felt it. That's going to be me on Tuesday. That's going to be me. I'll probably be a little more inebriated or maybe if you were very inebriated. I don't know.
Well, round 2 is today, so.
Well, we're starting at Output.
Oh, you guys. Well, you're starting at the original Output.
We're starting at Output in Westtown, and Hirsch is having his outing as well. So, because it's a 3:00 game, I believe, on Tuesday. So we're going to start there at like 10. At 12, we're going to leave Output, head over to the stadium, Sox Park, where Hirsch is having his outing, and we're going to meet up and yeah, it's going to be quite the day. Quite the day. So we're going to have music, we're going to have drinks flowing at Output. It's going to be, and then I take the bus. And let me tell you, if you've ever taken a bus, you guys got to follow me. Listen, I have an amazing life. Okay. And I'm fortunate and I'm grateful. But part of it is I've made it amazing. All right. My guy who owns Output on Sox games, when they go, now it's in Westtown. So it takes 20 minutes ish, okay, to get to Sox Park. Bus rides are ridiculous. There are bottles just being passed back. There are people just doing shots after shots after shots. It's going to get fun. It's going to get out of control. And we're going to get to Sox Park. We're going to be yelling at the Seattle Mariners because their Kraken just beat the Blackhawks. It's going to be a good time, man. And you got to follow me on social media. We do some cool stuff, man. And then so Chicago going to start doing a lot more cool stuff this year as well. You're definitely going to want to follow me and get in, and it's going to be cool.
Hey, they need to figure out what they're going to do with the right field bleachers, man. Stick with a name. Pick something and stick with it. All right, like the Grey Goose or the Goose Island thing, and then it was something else prior to that. I don't mean to be picky, right? Because I do tear apart the stadium, even though it is an actual stadium. I do dig in, but when you're there, like it's like, all right, man. I can understand the money talks, right?
That's all it is. That's all it is.
Well, come on. Like somebody just stick with it. It doesn't have to change every year, man. Every single year is a new name.
Well, it's now it's the Miller Lite section. All right, it was Goose Island last year, and now it's the Miller Lite section. And I think Miller Lite owns Modelo as well. So they, that's what it is. It's the Miller Lite section out there in right field. I think it's a great idea. I love that marketing thing where they have that Goose. I think it's cool. But yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Kind of keep. Give me a 5-year lease. You know what I mean? You got to do this shit for 5 years. All right. You got to sponsor this shit for 5 years.
I mean, hell, the stadium name lasted longer than that. You know what I mean? Like, and you guys have changed names way too often, I feel like, for the stadium, but that one's changed, like I said, every year. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's going to be good, and I look forward to that. And I want to see the energy. I want to see, I'm anxious to see a team looking to win. Looking to win. And the thing is knowing you're one of the best and not being cocky or arrogant or overconfident about it, but knowing you're one of the best and going out to prove it. I've been on, plenty of teams and coached plenty of teams. And there are some teams that I enjoyed coaching because they knew they were good and they were out to prove it. And a lot of teams I played on, we knew we were good and we were out to prove it. And that's the thing. I hope that's the attitude and that's the feel I need from this White Sox team is that you know you're good and now you're out to prove it. And once you start doing that, what that mindset that it puts you in, it doesn't allow for you to get overconfident. It doesn't allow for you to overlook an opponent. It doesn't allow for that because when you want to prove it, the day you stop proving is the day you win the World Series because now you just proved what you've been trying to prove. Okay. And until we hoist that trophy, you still got something to prove. That's the mentality that you need to have. All right. Listen, and I don't know if it's going to be a tough one winning the World Series. Some of our own people don't think we're doing the World Series because it's tough. Well, watch this from yesterday.
To win the World Series.
No. It's because you know why? If I say yes here, 99% I'll be right, wrong. 1% be right because winning the World Series, people think it's easy. It's not that easy. Everybody, you have to click for you every day. If they have the opportunity to do that, yes. But also they have teams in front of them, teams, they compete, they have the same, same kind of talent, let's put it that way. But now a couple guys got hurt. It's a lot of if. Is everything work for them? Yes, they have a chance. But a lot of if. Jolito had to step it up. Keiko had a very, he have a year off last year. Cease, they can't wait for him anymore. It's time to go out there and do what you're supposed to do. The starting rotation is not, I don't think that's strong enough to get there. Lin is already in the DL. Enough piece well, signs All-Star break last year. Bullpen with Kopech. We don't know what go to Kopech get. That's why people get so excited about it. Say just one day at a time.
That clip courtesy of NBC Sports Chicago. That was our guy Ozzie Guillen on the new David Kaplan show, Unfiltered. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough, and the biggest thing is you have to have everything fall in line for you. If you don't believe me, ask the Dodgers. How many times have the Dodgers won the World Series in the last 10 years when they were stacked and favored to win the World Series in like 6 or 7 of those years?
Well, I mean, like I said, the shortened year, I kind of gave them the pass because they got screwed by the Astros. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
they could have won a couple times, but like he said, it's that hard. Even with the cheating, the Astros were a solid ball club. So if they played them straight, we'll never know if they played them straight up what would have happened.
Right.
But it's that hard, man, especially to repeat.
It's going to be, for those of you, and I'd love to. I'm telling you, every round of the playoffs you go, it gets more intense. Every round, and this is from my playing days. This is from my coaching days. I'm speaking from experience. Every round you get is more intense, and the White Sox have to get used to everybody giving them their best shot. Okay, because you are the hunted, but it doesn't mean you have to have that mentality. You can still be the hunters because guess what? You're hunting for a World Series title. You're not hunting for a division crown. You're hunting for a World Series title. So that means whoever is put in your way, whoever you have to face in this upcoming series or in the next series or the series after, whoever you have to face, you have to go through them. And it's all about mindset. And Tony, it's a long, long, long road. It's a marathon. Okay. No, man, I do believe this is the year, but there's a lot that's got to go right. There's a lot that has to go right. Last year was a good year for us to go, but what happened? All the injuries. Okay. And this year we're starting off with injuries again. So, what are you going to do? You can't forecast them. You can't, you just have to prepare. You have to build your team in a way that they can sustain a certain level of excellence, okay, or maintain until everybody is back. And that's what the Sox did last year. All right, we had the Yerminator who was huge for us. Okay, kept us afloat that first month, player of the month. Okay, and then guys started coming back. So It's gonna be interesting. Baseball is awesome. It's awesome. It reminds me of blackjack. It's a slow, painful death. Okay, and when your team is good and your team is firing on all cylinders, baseball is a beautiful game to watch. Beautiful, beautiful game to watch. When the defense is playing right and it's a shot to the gap and your right fielder gets it, he cuts it off before it goes to the wall. He hits the cutoff man. The cutoff man gets the ball, relays the throw to second base before the guy, and you throw. That's beautiful. Bunting the ball, getting guys over, getting a key home run, getting a key strikeout with runners on second and third. You're up 1 and 2 outs, and you get a key strikeout against one of their RBI, their power bats. That's huge. We need a lot of that this year on the South Side. We do, because we're going to face some good teams. We're going to face some real good teams. The team that I'm really leery about going into the season, Toronto. I'm scared shitless of that team because they got some boppers, boy. We got boppers too. Dude, that could be like a 14 to 13 game a series. You know what I mean? Like that's a team that concerns me moving into the, as we hit the stretch and as the season winds down and head into the playoffs, that team's the one that and for them, they're going to be the same. They're looking at us the same way. Like, holy shit. Okay. We're good, but the White Sox are good too. And that's just out of respect.
Right. I feel like, and I understand Toronto, I understand why you would be nervous, but I think you should be more worried, and hear me out. Obviously Minnesota, because they give you the biggest threat, right, in the division. But those other guys, right, and especially the Tigers, right? I keep saying the Tigers because they're young. I don't think they're going to have like some amazing year, but they could go ahead and they could just nip you and keep taking games away from you if you're not ready, if you're not fully prepared and focused, if you ride teams like that off. Each team in the division, from my understanding in the AL Central, has gotten better. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, gotten better, or at least the other teams outside of the White Sox have. So my concern is if you're trying to keep pace with Minnesota, and like Nomad said, if these guys have this kind of switch where it goes on and off from, being dogs or having this laser focus to, kind of relax and not really taking certain maybe even certain times in the ball games or even certain ball games serious. Like that could affect you down the stretch. That neglect and that lack of focus could come back and haunt you. It does a lot for a lot of teams, like losing games that you probably shouldn't. And I know it's early in the season, but let's say they start losing games because of stupid shit in June, July, like those games that could have helped out maybe in the division race that I feel like is going to be tight.
Remember, they did that last year. They were able to stack wins against teams in their division who weren't very good. Well, those teams got better. And, I don't know how much better we got in the offseason. Okay, I don't know. Pollock. Okay. How big of a factor is he going to be? Or is it going to be a ripple effect with him? So we can get Gavin Sheets more at bats as a DH. You know what I mean? Like how I need to see how it plays out. And on days with right-handers on the mound, Gavin Sheets is DH. Games when left-handers are on the mound, you have Andrew Vaughn. Okay, or Andrew Vaughn can play left, Eloy can DH. There's a whole bunch of different things, but I need to see how it plays out. I need to stop wondering how they're going to manage it. All right, I trust, even though I trust Tony, I'm still concerned. And here's another thing that we're not talking about. Let's remember, Tony La Russa is a Hall of Fame manager. And let's remember, it doesn't matter how great you are when you've been away from the game for a while. You're gonna have some ups and downs. And Tony had some downs last year. Guess what? He understands. He knows what everyone on this team can do now. He's going to be a lot more comfortable in his decision making this year. Tony's human. Okay, and let me ask you: the first time, when you're away from something for 9 years, 10 years, to go back to do that, it's going to take a minute. It took him last year. I'm telling you, he's acclimated with his team. He understands everyone's strengths and weaknesses, And I think Tony's going to be going to do one hell of a job managing this year because you're more comfortable. I don't care what it is that you're doing. When you're in the second year, you have a level of comfort. You have a level of confidence that you didn't have the first year. And yes, Tony might not have been as confident because, yeah, even though he's won 3 World Series titles, that's great. But you haven't won a World Series with this team. You hadn't coached in 10 years or managed in 10 years. All right, the age gap, the cultural differences, those had to be navigated last year for Tony La Russa. He navigated those. And they had their trials. They had their trials and tribulations. Okay? Now I believe they're on the same page. Now I believe he knows what to do to pull the best out of them. And that's what a manager does. You pull the best out of your players. Shit that they don't even realize that they have. You get it out of them. And I think now, after being with this team for a year, and for the most part, the core is still the same, just a couple of new guys. Tony knows how to get out of these players what he needs. Big pimping. Let's not forget that aspect of the game. Coaches are so important. Okay? So important. And the good ones, they're the great ones, they're great for a reason because they can do that. Because they have a way of motivating you, of tricking you, whatever you want to say, of enticing you to be your best. We got to take a quick break. And on the other side of the break, we have more sports conversations. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. We'll talk a little Bulls, baby, on the other side. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash on the Sports Zone Chicago.
Hamp hits a drive into right center field. Back goes Kane. That ball is going to be off the wall. One run is in. Contreras around third. He scores.
The call on the Cubs radio network, 5-4 the win at Wrigley over the Brewers on opening day. Kyle Hendricks struck out 7 over 5 1/3. He gave up a run on 5 hits and walked 3. Milwaukee's Corbin Burns allowed 3 runs on 4 hits over 5 innings. He struck out 4 and walked 3. The series continues this afternoon. Milwaukee sends righty Brandon Woodruff to the hill. He'll take on lefty Justin Steele. It's a 1:20 first pitch at Wrigley Field. The White Sox open the season today. 12:10 Central first pitch from Detroit. Lefty Eduardo Rodriguez starts for the Tigers. The White Sox go with right-hander Lucas Giolito. For lightning fast sports updates, download the Score app. It's free and one of the most popular sports apps in North America. I'm Chuck Sanders. That's the Sports Flash on the Sports Zone Chicago.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emu wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. There are so many words to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. The chicken, juicy, succulent, seared. The brioche roll, buttery and toasty. The Parmesan crisps, crunchy, tangy. The secret aioli, creamy and rich. All those words. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. Enjoy a free drink with purchase of a new Chef's Chicken sandwich. Restrictions apply. For details, visit panerabread.com/online code.
About the start, Zach, for you? I mean, look like, correct me if I'm wrong, look like you came out a little more assertive trying to get this one. Did I read that correct?
Yeah, I tried to. Obviously, it didn't work. Try to get it going early. It didn't happen, but it's hard to play when we're disconnected like this, and the result shows.
Disconnected.
Offensively and defensively, we're disconnected right now. We have to find our rhythm within these next 2 games.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. That was Chicago's very own. Well, it's not Chicago. The Chicago Bulls' very own Zach LaVine talking about the disconnection. Offensively and defensively, And he's right. He's right. The communication isn't there. There's just been so many times where guys are backdoor in layups and slicing to the hole, driving to the hole uncontested. There's too many of those. Good defensive teams don't do that, or they put it this way: good defensive teams limit the amount of times that you can have a backdoor cut for a layup or an uncontested drive, from the 3-point line to the rim. People need to. Leo, he is soft. Defensively, he's soft, and no, offensively, he's soft too. All right, Leo, yeah, you're right. And that's the one thing is that you can't give somebody a dog mentality. You can't. Now since he doesn't have that mentality, because you know who has that mentality. Okay, you see it. Now all you can do is hope to get him motivated every game. Okay, because when you're motivated, you play a little differently. If you can't self-motivate, well, then there's an issue. There's a big issue. And Vucevic isn't a guy, and you don't have to be rah-rah and and fist pump and get all crazy every time you get a 3-point or you get an and one. That's not motivating. I need to see it in your eyes. I need to see it in your actions. I need to see it. Here's a case in point. Here's a case in point. When you switch, all right, when you set a screen, okay, on DeMar DeRozan, okay, he comes off that screen. Well, guess what? Your guy steps up to take DeRozan. You have DeRozan's guy. DeRozan's guy is probably going to be 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". You're 7 feet, bro. You're 7 feet. You immediately dive to the basket and you demand the ball. Demand. I need to be able to hear you yelling, okay, at home. They need to catch it on the mic. They need to catch it like, damn, who's like, ball, 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 ball. You know what I mean? Yell. There's, we talk about, Nomad, I'm not sure. I'm sure you played basketball, Nomad. Okay. And many of us, Leo, if you have, it's a, how many times when you played against somebody and you got that switch, did you yell ball? You pick somebody and all of a sudden you got their guy who's smaller, who's too light in the ass, who's shorter, who's weaker. You yell for that ball, didn't you? Because I know I did. I know I yelled for that ball. I'd cussed for that ball. I'd swear, give me the goddamn ball. Ball. I got this little sissy on me. Ball. Vucevic said, I don't know if he wants to go. Maybe call them sissies. I don't care. But what you got to do is you have to be aggressive because that sets the tone. Well, that's what they do in liability. That's why Vucevic's guy is always picking and setting screens because Vucevic is a liability defensively. But see, this stuff needs to be worked on. This can be worked on. Footwork can be worked on. This goes back to the player development. Like, you better give me a call. Trust me, I'll get your footwork right. It'll look like Apollo Creed and Rocky. I tell you, we'll get that footwork right. We'll get that footwork right. There's so many different ways. You can do it in the pool, which I love. Do it with bands. You can do it with vest. Okay, you can do it with footwork drills, with the ladder, with the pentagons, with cones. There's so many different things that you can do to get people's footwork better. I know because I've gotten people's footwork better. I'll tell you who the leaders on that team. Caruso, DeRozan, and I'm sorry, Ball. Okay. Caruso, Ball. Look, the reason I say that is because they control the ball. Okay? On defense, they set the tone. When you see Alex Caruso and you see Lonzo Ball frustrating guards bringing the ball up court or three-quarter court or from half court, and you see them disrupt the flow of the opponent's offense where you don't start to get in your offense until 10 seconds left on the shot clock, 10, 9. Oh, damn. Vucevic's game before he came to the Bulls was one where he was a big man and he scored 20, it was like 20 and 10 kind of type of guy. But he was the only thing they had in Orlando. He was the only thing. He was the main attraction. He was Disney. He was Disney World. You know, then he started to put some pieces around him, but he was the head honcho. And here he's not. And he doesn't want to step on toes. And the fact of the matter is, you shouldn't give a damn who doesn't like the fact that you're scoring or who might get upset that you're scoring. All right? You work it out like men. You get to the point where your aggressiveness, your all-star play doesn't change because you go play with all-stars. Your mentality doesn't change. What changes is the production. Now, by that I mean, if you're scoring 20, you don't need 20, okay, fine. But then I better make sure I get rebounds. I better make sure I facilitate. I better make sure I'm setting great picks. Okay? That's what that mentality. Because mentality, when I say dogs, it's not all about scoring. It's not. It's not about scoring. It's what can I do to help this team win? Do I got to play better defense? Do I got to block shots? Do I have to take a charge? Do I got to be physical? Do I have to put my body into somebody as opposed to laying it up, knowing there's going to be somebody there? Do I need to create contact to create separation? Am I going to lay it up off the glass or am I going to dunk it? These are all things that dogs do. All right, I don't need you to score. Okay, well, what else? What else you need me to do? Defense, energy, got you. But it doesn't seem to be in his DNA. Guys, they're very, very varied. If you guys have played sports, you know what I'm talking about. They're very, very, very talented guys. And shit, everybody in the NBA is talented. You've played with guys who are super, super talented and not had the desire and not had the heart, haven't we? We've all played with guys like that. Like, dude, if you gave a shit, if you gave an actual damn about playing, you'd be amazing. You're super good now just because of your talent. But if you gave a damn, we've all played with guys like that. Their talent just, boom, took them to that level. And that's what we're dealing with Vooch. You know, I don't know who this leader is on this team. And you said it right, Leo. Who is the leader? Because the leader is a guy who says, hey, listen, we're playing like a bunch of sissies. We're playing like a bunch of little bias in this Joker. We're getting manhandled. No matter who do you think the leadership is? Because the leader will get in your face and demand that you play better. The leaders will say, hey, listen, we're playing too damn soft. We need to be more physical. Who? I'm not coming at you, Nomad. I'm literally asking the question. I'm just a little fired up. Like, Nomad, who do you think is the leader? Who do you think is going to go up to somebody, grab him by the collar and say, hey, let's go. Let's go. Stop playing around. Stop being soft. Who do you think is going to do that on this team? We know who's done it on other teams. Or we can, in the past, we know who does it on other teams in the league. Now, on Brooklyn, we know who does it, on certain in different teams. But who's going to do that for us? Who is going to grab somebody who's probably taller than them and say, hey, stop playing like a little sissy. Man up.
I think like you listed them before. DeMar, Lonzo. I felt Lonzo could have became a leader before he got hurt. I mean, if he was involved more, you said Caruso. I think Caruso defensively, especially for Io, has just been. He helps out. He's there next to him all the time. They're always talking it up. And Nomad, you said it right. I was going to say Io. Like Io, not that he's doing what is necessary of him to stay on the court, right? He's playing hard. He's doing whatever he can to continue to play basketball at a high level for the Chicago Bulls. Part of that's probably the second round chip on his shoulder, that giant chip where he just kept sliding and sliding and sliding. Thankfully for the Bulls, but yeah, you have an IO. I think you're establishing who the leaders are this season. Like this season, we talked about it before. This was an establishment season. We were happy if the Bulls were the right where they are, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
4,
when they
5, or
shut
6.
up and got off, when they got off to that great start, we kind of took it for granted. We're not taking it for granted. We kind of were just bought into it because we didn't see the Bulls play well in such a long time. And then finally we get something new and it's clicking on all cylinders. Everybody's healthy and it's working. And then, I guess reality, maybe some of the shooting, definitely the shooting came back down to earth. But the team, injuries happen, fatigue. Can you find the guys that are going to be mentally strong enough to go ahead and fight through a long season, a long playoff run?
But that's what I'm talking about, Ivan. That's what I'm talking. Because you have injuries and because you have men down. Who's the guy to say, hey, because Zach LaVine's out, doesn't mean you can't play defense. Because Lonzo Ball is out, doesn't mean you can't block out. Doesn't mean you can't close out. That's the guy that I want. And I don't know, maybe Io can be that guy, but Io's still a rookie, and it could be intimidating to say, hey, to yell at a veteran, okay? But that's the kind of guy I want, because say, hey, listen, hey, I don't give a damn who the hell's out. That has nothing to do with your effort on defense, your effort on boxing out, your effort on diving on the floor. That's the kind of guy that I'm wanting. Who's that guy?
Oh, all I'm saying is that I think the establishment part is here. Maybe you find a guy like that next year. I think DeMar, for the most part, DeMar calls people out. He calls it not individually, but he calls the team out for the lack of effort. You've seen Zach in his press conference pretty much say it too. There's a disconnect. We have to fix the disconnect, and we have to fix it within these next 2 games, or you're going to get embarrassed in the playoffs.
You're damn right they are, bro. They are.
And Joseph said it, and I've been saying it that for at least a week. If they get swept, drastic change.
Yeah.
Mark Eversley and Arturas Karnisovas. He came. Look, AK said it. He came here for a reason. Talk about a chip. Like, that guy has a huge chip on his shoulder. These guys came into this front office position for a specific reason, and that's to put another title in the rafters. And I don't think that they're going to go ahead and take play favorites, right? Oh yeah, Zach LaVine. We love Zach LaVine. I think Zach LaVine is a great player. I think he did get screwed with injury wise this season, but he does have a lot to prove still, and he's already older. So there's a lot of things that have to be questioned. Can P. Will be a leader? P. Will to me seems more of a lead by example type of guy. But when we need somebody to be aggressive and we need somebody to assert themselves and make a statement, I think P. Will this playoffs can really take a step towards, maybe P. Will can be a guy like that. Maybe he just goes ahead and takes over when he feels the team instead of being vocal. Because I get what you're saying, but instead of being vocal, maybe you get a guy like that who just, hey, give me the rock. I'm going to go ahead and lead by example. If you can't get on the train, then we have a problem. I think it's more, you have more leaders by example than guys that are going to go ahead and get in your face on this roster, at least.
I do agree with that, but I also think you need a guy to get in your face, or at least on the court. All right, because you can't just say, hey, you can't walk up a guy, you give an uncontested layup, and you can't say, hey, buddy, do me a favor, make sure you yell, help, or something. No. Okay, I need someone to go up, hey, dude. Get your ass over there. Yell help, so I got you.
Help.
Help. Hey,
Help me.
help.
Help.
Help me. It's communication's key. And I look at championship teams, and you all have one of those guys. It could be the superstar. It could be the energy guy. It could be whoever. I mean, the Bucks have one. All right. The Lakers had one, when they were good. They're not good anymore. But look at the Heat have one. Jimmy Butler go punch you in the face if you ain't playing defense anymore. And he'll have Pat Riley's blessing. Okay? Because those jokers, I know there's a little bit of dysfunction going on. But if they you and I both know that Heat team, they're physical. They can hit a three, and they will get in your God-blessed face. They have no problem getting in your face on defense. They have no problem diving on the ball. They have no problem, okay, getting you out of your game while staying in theirs.
They got that. I guess they got that like thuggish type of like the goon type of mentality.
Yeah, they do.
That carries because, like you said, Shawn, that carries because they have the players to do it. Jimmy Butler leading the way. What other type of dude that doesn't give a flying F about you and we'll go ahead and tell you what he thinks. And also Udonis Haslem, you gotta think about the leadership that he brings to that team. Like I said, I feel like the leadership is coming. I feel like they're establishing their culture, right? We talk about culture with the Bears. They're establishing their culture,
okay,
and they're going to allow it to flourish this way. I just think that I think you're right. You need a balance. You need somebody that's going to bark, and you need somebody who's going to go ahead and just do the damn thing and lead by example.
Well, we're going to find out, man. We're definitely going to find out because we're going to find out. I don't know who that's going to be. There's got to be someone in the playoffs who does that. There's got to be a guy to hold them to the fire. There's got to be, okay, because Billy Donovan can't be the only guy. He can't. It can't come from a coach. It's got to come from a player. It's got to. And who's that guy going to be? I don't know. I do think Io is going to be that guy soon, but not this year. All right. It takes a very special person, okay, as a rookie to get up in there and yell at a veteran. Okay. It takes a special person. I don't know if Io's that person. Okay. I don't know if Io's that person. Maybe not this year. Okay. I do think he can be. Because look, you play on the South Side, you play in Chicago. Okay. You play for the Irvins. All right. They have no problem telling you what's wrong. You get coached. Okay. You get coached.
You did not miss the Bears talk, no man.
Okay. You get coached, and you get coached hard. Okay. It's not a, hey, would you mind doing this? Would you mind? No, you get coached hard. All right. So Io has it in him. Can he do it next year? I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. I love this team. If you've been watching, how excited was I when the Bulls were playing great basketball? Again, against bottom feeders. But how excited was I when Vooch is going off, when Zach's going off, when DeMar's winning games back-to-back nights on buzzer beater? How excited was I? How fun was this team? Look, I love sports. I've been playing them since I was 3 years old. I love talking about sports. I've been coaching for 15 plus seasons. Almost 20 seasons, including basketball. So I love sports. So I don't want you to think that I'm and if you know me, you know I'm not just a yell, criticize what's wrong type of guy. Well, they need to do that. No. I'm speaking from experience. Pardon me. I'm speaking from experience and what I see in my from my eye as a player, my eye as a coach. And there's a certain mentality that I want this team to have. I want Chicago teams to have. All right, we're a blue collar city. We're a blue collar city. And I want that dude. Every team that I've been on, I played on, or I've watched win a championship has that dude. You know, you may not like him, and I don't like him, but Draymond Green, he's that dude for the Golden State Warriors. Is he not? Will he not get up in your face and, hey, you cannot we got to play that different. We got to, when he steps up, you got to step up. Is he not that dude? He will get in your face as a teammate. And not in a confrontation way, but not to fight you, to let you know we're about something. And we can't, the level that we have set as champions, the Golden State Warriors, that's not it. That's what I need from this team. That's what I need. I need someone to say, hey, where we're going, we got to play here. You can't do that on defense, all right? Because that's below the standard. That's what I want.
And
love.
And at his position as well. Playing that forward position. Like that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like from your bigger guys, from your guys that are constantly getting down low, fighting and trying to get baskets. It's just hard. Like I said, Shawn, they have talented players, but when it comes to like a leader, like you just said, Draymond Green, maybe they get lucky. Maybe Nomad's right, and they go ahead and sign a couple free agents that are that have that mentality, that have that edge to them, that they're not afraid, coming in. Maybe that'll be something. If they get a free agent to come in, because you have no ties, you have no connections, you're trying to win. Like, I'm on the team, yeah, we're teammates, but I have no other connection. Like, there's no history behind us. We didn't play for the past 4 years to get. Maybe you need an outsider to shake things up a bit. Yeah. And to really put the pedal to the metal, put the foot on the gas and shake, wake guys up to play to their highest potential, at least more aggressively.
Maybe they bring in a guy who just for that purpose. Maybe the guys that the free agent that they target are superstars or stars with that little bit of an edge, with that little bit of an asshole in them who will get up in your face. With that little bit of, I'm searching for a God-blessed title that I haven't won in my 6, 7, 8 year career. And I'm trying to win one, and I can't be doing it with this type of play. Maybe that's the kind of guy they go after. I don't know. I hope so. Because what did we say last year? Who was the biggest guy that we loved last year? Daniel Tice, remember? Remember, we loved Daniel Tice. Why? Because he got in there. Why? Because he had a chip on his shoulder. Why? Because he played defense. He took charges. He blocked shots.
He hit an open three.
Yeah, that helps a lot. That's the kind of guy that that we need. That's the kind role player. I hope a big free agent comes. Nomad, I hope a big free agent comes. Or two. Or two. All right. But you got to buy into that defensive end, man. The defensive side of the ball, you have to buy in. You're crazy. Kawhi and Dame. I can easily see Zach moved. Easily. I can easily see Zach moved. Oh yeah, I can. Because he's not a guy that I say he's a staple. He's not. He don't play defense enough for me on a consistent basis. Okay? He doesn't his lackadaisical attitude, he likes to bitch and moan to the refs. Oh, I got fouled. Play through the God-blessed foul. Talk to him when the whistle blows. Stop complaining when you get fouled and the ball's going the other way, but you're still in the backcourt yelling crying to the ref. And they got an odd man. They got numbers because you're over here complaining. I got fouled. No shit, you got fouled. Talk to him on a timeout. So we'll see. Well, listen, I'm ready. I'm fired up for my next guest, man. And on the other side of the break, because this son of a gun gets fired up too, man. And we're gonna get fired up talking Bears football because this was a teaser talking Bulls basketball. Because we need some tough sons of bitches on this Bulls basketball team, and right now we don't have any. And I need that. I want that. I grew up with Charles Oakley, Artis Gilmore, Okay, guys who physical. I think I got a woosah on the next couple minutes on this commercial break. But on the other side of the break, it's time for the two-back set, baby. My man Phil Toshin coming from the East Coast, with the bad boys. Can't stop, won't stop. He's coming. So your boy Shawn, the Superback Sierra, and my man Phil, the draft doctor himself, Toshin, coming up next, talking Bears. Nomad, you did not miss the Bears talk. It's coming up. You came in at the right time, my friend. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Bears talk coming up next right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hi, this is George Iceman German. I listen to Shawn and Maya in the morning.
012. AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash on the Sports Zone Chicago.
Hamp hits a drive into right center field. That goes Kane. That ball is going to be off the wall. One run is in. Contreras around third. He scores.
The call on the Cubs radio network, 5-4 the win at Wrigley over the Brewers on opening day. Kyle Hendricks struck out 7 over 5 1/3. He gave up a run on 5 hits and walked 3. Milwaukee's Corbin Burns allowed 3 runs on 4 hits over 5 innings. He struck out 4 and walked 3. The series continues this afternoon. Milwaukee sends righty Brandon Woodruff to the hill. He'll take on lefty Justin Steele. It's a 1:20 first pitch at Wrigley Field. The White Sox open the season today. 12:10 Central first pitch from Detroit. Lefty Eduardo Rodriguez starts for the Tigers. The White Sox go with right-hander Lucas Giolito. For lightning fast sports updates, download the Score app. It's free and one of the most popular sports apps in North America. I'm Chuck Sanders. That's the Sports Flash on the Sports Zone Chicago.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emu wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. There are so many words to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. The chicken, juicy, succulent, seared. The brioche roll, buttery and toasty. The Parmesan crisps, crunchy, tangy. The secret aioli, creamy and rich. All those words. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera's new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. Enjoy a free drink with purchase of a new Chef's Chicken Sandwich. Restrictions apply. For details, visit panerabread.com/online code.
Had a better grasp on like the shape of the team that you're inheriting and pinpointing what your greatest needs are and what you're looking for when you come to this place and into free agency.
Yeah, there's some really good players. In the press conference we talked about Justin, we talked about Roquan. Those guys are talented players, and we're excited to get our hands on them and see where their ceiling is. And really, there's, again, with all of the free agents that we have this year, there's a lot of needs in every place. And it's not just starters, but it's depth. And we all know when you go through a whole season, a lot of times that starting 11-22 is not going to be the group that you finish the season with. So it's important for us to really make sure that our depth is taken care of as well.
Shit goes downhill. You would think guys would fucking pick up their game. And
they're not going to have a $39 million cap hit for a guy who's not there. Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the Morning on Sports Zone Chicago on this TGI Mickey Ficky Friday. It's the weekend, baby, and I'm fired up. I had a phenomenal workout this morning. You saw how passionate I was talking about I need some dogs, man. Give me some dogs. Give me some people with attitude. All right. It's not what you play, it's how you play it. Give me some dudes, who just refuse to lose, who love the game to the point where they will do whatever it has to. I don't give a shit if it's baseball. I don't give a shit if it's basketball. I don't give a shit if it's football. I don't give a shit if it's soccer or hockey. Show me that you give a damn about playing. That's what I want with my Bulls team. That's where I got fired up. And I know this guy gives a shit because he's cut from the same cloth as I am, man. We're both old school, and that's how we were taught to play the game of football the right way. We've had phenomenal coaches. He was fortunate that he got to call his coach dad, and I had some phenomenal coaches along the way. This is the guy, man. You can find him on Instagram. He's an IG or at Phil_Toshin. And you can find him along with the other thousands and thousands of followers he has on the Tape Never Lies Network. My man, Phil Toshin. P. Diddy, what's up, Papa? How are you?
What's up? I love the fire, the passion, the desire.
Dude,
I think that's listen, I was saying the same thing before all these fans start writing off the Bears before the season starts. Like, this is a give-up year. Let's look at the guys that they're signing. I don't give a shit what round they are in. I see blog boys writing articles out tanking based on where they're signing guys, where they came from, where they drafted. For me, the exact what you're fired up about. They're finding guys that love the game.
Phil,
that's the reality.
Phil, do me a favor. Your audio is really, really, really bad. Can you just log off?
Am I up, Shawn?
Yeah. Get it.
Log off, and log back on. Yeah.
All right, hold on. I think it's because of the network here.
We'll have him right back. Yeah, dude. You know what? The one important thing that we talk about and Phil's talked about, if you haven't checked out his platform, do so. It's the Tape Never Lies Network. You got to find people who care. Guys, you got to find people who want to play. You got to find people who love playing this game. Okay? Because when you love playing the game, okay, you do what's necessary to win. You do what's necessary for your team to be victorious. Okay? And it comes with a little bit of an attitude. Okay? And this is where good coaches and great coaches come in. Right? Because you don't all of a sudden become a killer and a dog in high school, in college. You don't do that. It becomes that is instilled in you in the earlier years, your formative years of playing a specific sport. Okay, so when you're held to a standard, okay, and by a certain coach, and then you see other players or older players who bought in, you do nothing but fall in line, and that's why coaching is so important. Are we back?
Yeah, I had to reset my network settings. I guess the hype on 5G is not real. So I turned it down to LTE, and hopefully this is better.
Well, you're good, man. We got you, clear.
All right, great. I don't know how much you heard, but I was just pointing it back. I'm taking shots today, Shawn, not at the bar. I'm talking about people that call themselves analysts. I don't care where a guy is drafted, what college they went to, or where the Bears are signing players. I think the only validity in the pattern of signings is to what you're getting fired up about. The Ryan Poles is finding the Atoshin method, finding the guys that love the game of football, and he's getting them in here that fully understand what it's going to take to be in a Ryan Poles and Coach Matt Eberflus system and a culture. And that, to me, is going to separate the men from the boys, because I can't stand people writing narratives about tanking and what the Bears' record is going to be. I was even correcting my boy Chris Jackal, who don't do shit on our network today. I was like, don't tell me that they're setting this up because they're content to be below average. That ain't happening. And that then went to the level of, if you think trading Robert Quinn is smart, or you want to trade him, and then that's the opposite of the culture you're trying to build. You want guys in the locker room that are the alphas, that are going to change this thing around. And to me, the only time, Shawn, just for clarity, that I'm excited about a possible trade is if you're in season and you're seeing what it is you have as your culture and your team moving forward, and someone turns around and says, hey, listen, we're on a playoff run. I'll give you 2 first round, 1 this year, 1 next, a 3rd. And then all of a sudden, that's called getting to the casino and winning. And then you take that bet. You gamble on that. But right now, to sit here and say, oh, in this draft, there's players that are better than Robert Quinn, and that's going to make us better, that just doesn't correlate with me. It just doesn't. None of that. None of these analysts are making any sense, but you getting fired up. That's what we should be.
You know, when you're right, and thanks, P. Diddy, because you know what, we understand the game, and a lot of the analysts don't. We played it at the high level. We've coached it at a high level, and so our perspective is a little different, a lot different than those guys. And no disrespect to them, you just haven't had the experiences that we have. So where we come from, our point of view comes from experience, not from, well, this is what I saw on Sunday, and this is what my dad told me. No, this is what we've experienced. And that's why we get so passionate, because we understand what it takes to win in a football game, not to mention the NFL. So, you know, I agree with you. And listen, I was earlier, bro. I was so like, I'm sick and tired of these mock drafts. I am sick and tired. Dude, everyone's like, well, look at, and people DMing me, well, look who the Bears got in this mock draft. I'm like, who the hell cares?
The last mock.
The last mock was they got such and such. Aren't you happy? No, it don't mean shit to me. This is the dude. Whoever's doing this is guessing. You're just guessing. You're giving your best guesstimation, and that's it. I'm tired of it. I can't wait till the draft. 3 weeks started 3 weeks from yesterday. I cannot wait for the draft. Actually, it'll be for us to be 3 weeks from today, unless we trade the first round. So 3 weeks. Then I'll be happy. But I'm tired of, oh man, look at what about this? Did you see this? No, I couldn't give a rat's ass, okay, what this person says we get, because nobody knows what's going on. You're not in the war room of the Chicago Bears, so you have no idea. It's just a guess. So stop it, because I'm tired of these suckers and people DMing me all the time like, dude, what about this? He said this. I'm like, dude, what does he know? He don't know jack shit. This dude's in Texas writing about the Bears. He don't know what's going on in the war room. Get out of here. Don't get me started. Sorry, I got fired up. I got fired up a little bit.
Hey, I get fired. I get it. The mock draft for me is fun because I try to limit myself. I've been involved in them, but I haven't done my mock draft yet. So I get where you're coming from, because everybody shares with me. But I've always said this, Shawn, and this could be I'll share it with you so you could use it. The last person to correctly pick the first round of the NFL draft has not lived life yet. So that is where you're at. So if Vegas has ever made money, it's definitely off the draft, because there's always that, oh shit, I didn't think he was
Mitch
going in the first.
Trubisky.
Yeah, exactly. Who predicted
Number
that?
2.
Exactly. So I look at the value only in practicing to see what will be there in the second round. That's about it. Because right now, first rounds, you can't even really tell what's going to be going down there.
Guys, we're joined by the man himself, the draft doctor, Phil Atoshin from the Tape Never Lies Network. We're talking Bears football right here on Sports Zone Chicago. And you know what, you guys have been doing a phenomenal job, as always, of breaking down of I love your shit, dude. I love your work. And you know, you can invite me on a show soon so we can do it together.
Let's go. I got Waldman coming on this weekend. We'll schedule you next weekend.
Let's do it, bro. You know, we
got to look at some running backs, because Shane the smart. He's saying maybe you'll see based on Eberflus kind of mentioning running, but you gotta have different ones. Maybe they eyeballing someone in the third round of back. You and I are step for step about David Montgomery, but this weekend, we're going to be looking at receivers.
And
my father and I are going to be looking at interior offensive linemen this weekend as well. So it'll be a double draft
whammy.
weekend.
Nice.
Yes. Berlissimo, Shane, and myself with Matt Waldman of the rookie scouting portfolio. He was on Keeping It 100. He's going to jump on Draft Mob, breaking down 4 receivers, Shawn.
And that's who I want to let's give a little preview, because there are guys who I would love. Fortunately and unfortunately, this is a really, really deep draft in wide receivers.
Right.
I was what was that? It was the NFL Network or ESPN. I was listening to the other day, and they're saying that they could break the record. This could be the record-breaking year for receivers going in the first round. I think the record is 8 or 9 receivers going in the first round. Luckily, there's a good, 15 to 20 receivers that if you walk away from, you even if you get the 17th, 18th, or 19th, you won't be like, shit, this is all we got. You'll be like, we got a guy who can play.
Right.
Like if you got Alec Pierce, the local kid from Chicago, from Glenbard West, if you got
him down this weekend,
you get him, you're like, oh well, damn. And you got a lot of guys who are 6'3", 6'5", 6'6", in the 4.4 range, and for me, that's what I want, because if you look at what look at what Getsy had up in Green Bay, where he's coming from, all his receivers are 6'3" and above.
Right.
They're all 6'3" and above, and
except Cobb. But that's really Aaron Rodgers' boy.
That's his buddy. He's like, bring this dude back or I'm leaving.
Exactly.
And so, we got a guy. We have a lot of options, and we're gonna. What is everyone's talking about? Oh my God, we mentioned, or I mentioned Alec Pierce, and you watch him, like, that is a go up and get it kind of guy. And he catches it hands only. He's not in my body, on my shoulder pad. He is just pure hands. And I was like, you know what? This is a scathing indictment of the previous coaching staff, who will remain nameless because we all know the knucklehead's name. Like, you didn't use Javon Wims, the kid out of Georgia. He was 6'3". That was his thing. He could go up and get the ball. And to not use that weapon, it just shows you now. Shows you how incompetent he was. Now there's a whole bunch of them. It's like, well, we need this guy. We need this guy. Well, guess what? We had a guy like that. That's all he did in Georgia, was jump up over people's heads because he had a 40-inch vert, jump over his 5'10" cornerbacks. He's 6'3", and catch touchdowns. But we didn't want to use him. So now we have a slew of these guys. And who are some of your favorites that you would, give me 5 that if the Bears got, you'd be like, whew, we're set.
I love Treylon Burks.
Arkansas.
Now, Treylon Burks isn't what you're describing. He can do that. He, to me, in my eye, in my recognition of the game, is the closest thing to Deebo Samuel I've seen coming out of college since Deebo Samuel. He is just a fierce love of the game, jumps off the tape, physical. He can run the route tree, but again, and this is where I argue with our guy Berlissimo. I argue with other analysts. For me, I have to weigh the quarterback when I'm looking at a guy like this. He's not playing with, someone from USC running the West Coast and everything's perfectly timed and that's how they coach. This guy's playing with a guy that's delayed in processing. So for him to make these plays and run the ball physically and turn up the field and check those boxes, to me, his ceiling is going to be immense when he gets to the NFL and he's coached properly and he's put in a system. He's my favorite receiver in this draft. And, second favorite, Jameson Williams. Now, this guy, we're having a bet here at TTNL. You and your crew are welcome to join in because Jameson's coming off an injury. He got here, injured it in the championship. Is he going to fall in the draft? Some people say yes. Some people say no. And that is the draft right there. How Jameson Williams is viewed in this draft to me is going to be, because if he's there at 39 or he's there at 34, he's the type of guy that I would be willing to jump up and trade for, because he's the best receiver in this draft, in my opinion.
Well,
So,
dude, what the hell has Alabama been doing? They've had like the best receiving core in the last like 7 years. Like, you
it's
take any
unbelievable.
one of their guys.
Julio. It starts with Julio,
Julio,
right?
yeah. Jerry Judy,
Jerry Judy,
Ruggs.
CeeDee Lamb. Seriously, CeeDee was at
A&M.
A&M, sorry. But
Yeah.
Ruggs, I didn't really like Ruggs that much. But yeah, Alabama is like a football factory, Shawn. I don't know if you know.
Are they good? Are they good?
We lost two-time All-American center. We got another 5-star. He's a freshman. Come right in. Like,
don't worry. He's 6'5", he's 6'5", 310 as a freshman. What?
He's been calling out the mic since he was born. They recruited him in 5th grade.
He wants to go right to the NFL from high school.
Exactly. It's unbelievable watching these guys. But yeah, Watson, Jalen Watson out of North Dakota State University.
Christian Watson. Oh,
Christian.
Love that dude.
Christian,
love him. He's like a more lateral, a more shaky, shake and bake Randy Moss, the way he runs. Like, he's a lot more.
God.
His lateral movement is way better than Randy Moss, but his straight up vertical speed and go get it ability. Oh my God.
If this guy's there at 39, to your point, and I think the audience needs, I played receiver in college. I coach receivers. This receiving class is exciting as heck.
Yeah.
And that kid right there, if he's there again, this is giving you options. He might not be there. He could go in the first round, but he also could be there in the second. That's how crazy the draft is, because you know what? Where Tom, Dick, and Harry are valuing receivers and think the Packers, the Vikings, everybody, the Houston Texans need receivers. The Browns need. Well, the Browns could be looking at them. They need a offensive guard, and that's why talent always gets pushed down, and you could find talent in the draft. That's why, to Shawn's point, the mocks really don't matter. It's just fun exercise to prepare you. But if you continue to DM your mock draft after 50 other people have sent you their mock drafts, then it does get a little annoying. So I completely understand. But Watson, I love that dude.
So Williams, Watson.
This kid,
Trayvon
Alec Pierce.
Edwards. Oh, yes.
Alec Pierce. We're going to be breaking him down this weekend.
Where do you see him, though? Do you see him 1, 2, or 3?
As far as
on a team, wherever he lands. Where can he be?
I think he could be a number 1 receiver. I do. I think because he has all the traits. Now, is he there yet? No, but he has traits of a number 1 receiver to me, and that's all I can go by. I think this kid's going to be a superstar. I really, really enjoy this football player's tape. I like what he does away from plays, where he's just attacking and being aggressive with his blocks. He's got
knocking people down.
Oh yeah, he takes pride in it.
Yeah,
you have to have pride in that stuff. You're going to see a lot of nice things if you're a patron this weekend. I know Berlissimo and Shane, as well as Matt, all love Alec Pierce. So that's one guy we're all in agreement with. I wouldn't have a problem taking him at all if he was.
I said he could be like a lower tier number 1, but I think he could be an Alshon Jeffrey-ish number 2. Remember when B. Marsh and
he was my favorite.
And Alshon
I love
Jeffrey
that
receiver because all he does, he catches with his hands. Never I don't think it ever with his body. Maybe once or twice when it was in traffic. But other than that, Alshon Jeffrey was all hands, and to me, Alec Pierce catches that same way. He's a little much faster than Alshon, but very similar. And I thought he could be a phenomenal, a Pro Bowl number 2 receiver with a number 1 on the other side. Like he's the guy where you're like, okay, we have to double team him on 3rd and 8 because he's the number 1, but we can't leave. We have to double team Pierce too because he's going to jump over somebody. Well, let's double team him. Well, you can't double team everybody, and he's the guy who's going to hurt you. So okay.
Well,
so
you look at him with, let's just say we take him. Let's do an exercise here.
Okay.
So Darnell Mooney, Pringle, and you got the rookie Alec Pierce. To me, those 3 are a phenomenal upgrade to what it is you've ever had in the last 4 or 5 years at receiver. Pringle checks the box. Do I love the game? Do I try hard? Do I catch? Do I run my routes? Do I act at the stem? Yes, Pringle is one of these underrated signings that a lot of people, and I'm going to open my door because I'm afraid that the air in here is going to get hot and then the Apple phone's going to shut off. And so I'm just going to open I apologize for the radio. I don't turn off the wipers. It was raining this morning. I just got to get some air in here. Holy,
don't pass out on me, dude. Don't pass out on me, Papa.
I'm not. It's nice fresh air. Trust me. I didn't have.
Tell people to stop calling you again. Is that the missus again calling you? Oh man, you son of a biscuit. You son of a biscuit. All right, let's get back to it. That's funny. Oh. There we go. No, we still can't hear you.
You're muted. You're muted. I think he said.
I think he did too. He'll get back on. So these are some of this is one of the questions I want to ask. I want to ask Phil. People are talking about, and this is what bugs me. Like, when this is why I can't talk football with everybody. Okay, this is why I can't talk football with anybody. Everybody. Okay, people are saying, "Oh, well, Pringle, he wasn't even good. He was like the 4th or 5th option." And I'm like, okay, well, listen, I get it. We got your back, Papa.
We do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
There you go.
So I have a question for you because I was just saying, I was like, you know what, people, I said, this is why I can't talk football with everybody because I'm gonna punching somebody or smacking them. I'll give them a Will Smith because they're stupid. And, like people are saying, well, Pringle, it's only Pringle. He was a 4th option in Kansas City. I'm like, but it was Tyreek Hill, Hardeman, and Travis Kelce. That's a hell of a 3 to be behind.
Imagine.
What's to say that this guy is not a stud? You don't know that. And people are like, well, he was a stud. I'm like, okay, then I had this argument the other day. And dude, I shut this dude up, and he was like, no, he would have. I was at Output, my buddy's bar. He's like, well, he would have beat him. I'm like, okay, so then what you're telling me is that Barry Sanders sucked. No, I said, no. Barry Sanders couldn't get on the field at Oklahoma State. He couldn't get on the field at Oklahoma State because there was a guy named Thurman Thomas who was ahead of him. So by your theory, because he couldn't beat out the guys in front of him, that he sucks. I'm like, no. Sometimes you're just. When I was at Holy Cross, I played behind 2 All-Americans. Okay. Team,
Absolutely.
and the guy right above me was a first-team All-American, first-team AP All-American. So it didn't mean that I sucked. It just meant sometimes you just got to wait your time. And sometimes you got to move. And if Pringle turns, and he's got a chip on his shoulder. And when you talked about, Phil, people who love the game, and not only do they love the game, but now they feel like they have something to prove. That combo is awesome.
And I think that's what they're tapping into.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, if you could get a professional athlete that loves the game, money secondary, obviously it's important, but it's not the director of the ship for you. It's your performance. It's having fun on Sundays. Those guys are hard to find. Walter Payton loved the game of football. There was no question about it. it is elementary to film study with him. Even the most newest learner of the game of football can watch Walter Payton and say, wow, he's really good at this. That's what you need to find. Someone who loves it, who's really good at it. When I watched Pringle, we broke down Pringle, and it's to Shawn's point. You're exactly correct. When he's in the game, he gets open and makes plays. He loves the game. That's what I want to find in this draft, and I think that's the pattern that you've seen Eberflus and polls with Getsy. Like, here's the perfect example to your point here with St. Brown.
Yeah.
St. Brown was on a football team with a lot of talent at receiver and with a quarterback that doesn't like him. A guy who also disowned his family and his brother. A guy that is talking more shit, who says he owns you as to Chicago Bear. A guy that is so worried about everything other than whatever's the most important thing at the time. He's only worried about himself. So if somebody rubs him the wrong way, you think he's going to go out of his way to make sure that they're not successful? He seems, Aaron Rodgers, to be that kind of person. So St. Brown at 6'5", running 4.4, and Getsy signing off on that guy. There's another guy that we could say, I don't know. I know what he did at Notre Dame, and I liked what I saw. Now, after 4 years of experience in the NFL, let's see what he brings to the table. He shouldn't be written off. So maybe the Bears look at their roster right now and know what they have through Getsy and St. Brown in their offense, know what they got in Pringle, and are only looking at one receiver in this draft where everybody and their brothers at least taking 2 receivers right now based on this. That being said, this draft to me is very deep. I'll give you my real big sleeper favorite receiver in this draft. His name is Romeo Doubs out of Nevada. I'm gonna break him down this weekend.
I watched this film, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's a good one, P. Diddy. That's a good one.
This guy, I want him to be a Chicago Bear. Like, every year I have a few players that are me players. Like, and I've had a pretty good track record. Pretty good. You know, some Daniel Braverman didn't make it. But I really blame the coaches in that situation.
Yeah.
And I just didn't think he got a fair shot. But anyway, I love Romeo Doubs, and I'm going to break him down for you to see why. This guy is physical. See his explosiveness. This guy is scoring touchdowns, and people aren't recognizing him. I'm surprised not a lot of people are talking about it. It was funny because on the show, we were doing a mock draft that you hate live, and we were just doing it one and snaking it. So Shane would take one, I would take one, Berlissimo would do the next, each round. So I was like, oh my God, there's my sleeper right there. And Berlissimo had the mouse on it, and Shane goes, you mother effer. That's the guy I've been waiting to surprise people on. So I didn't talk to Shane about him at all. I always keep my me guys to wait weeks up to the draft, because let's just face it, a lot of people have stolen a lot of shit from me, and then they write their own articles about it and then never credit me. So now the secret's out how much I love Romeo Doubs. If you haven't seen his tape, I'm sure there's a highlight film.
Yeah, I saw the highlight film. He's about he's 6'1", a little shorter than the other guys, but 6'1's good, and it was like I don't know if it's a 4.4 or 4.5. He's not blazing fast. 4.5 guy, yeah.
Yeah, he's probably a 4.49, 4.5. Listen, watch his tape.
Oh yeah.
And again, that's all I can say about that. And the last guy was George Pickens. I know Berlissimo loves him. I love that guy's game too. He's a very good prospect in this draft.
Georgia kid.
Yeah, Georgia kid, big play maker. Matt Waldman had Khalil Shakir, like Tupac's last name. Maybe it's his kid. I don't know. This dude, I got to give Waldman a lot of credit here because I hadn't watched much of him. You got to check out Khalil Shakir. This is Cooper Kupp's little cousin. This kid is okay. He's got some bobbles here and there. Not the hands that I saw Kupp coming out with, but he's faster than Kupp, and he's got that same determination that you want to see in a football player when it comes to this, this great game. That Matt broke him down live on Keeping It 100 and it was awesome. It's like one of my favorite shows because of that. And he's another guy I'm liking a lot. So if you're going and maybe the Bears are taking a 3-tech because Larry Ogunjobi was their big signing, and they love a guy in the draft that's there. Maybe Winfrey's there or something happens. They might take a 3-tech there at 39. Now the whole Bears Twitter blows up because their favorite receivers on the board when they do it. So listen, I've been around this game a long time. The draft is never an exact science. And you never know what the team is valuing on their board versus what you have been valuing. Now, last year, we were step for step with Ryan Pace and how they drafted. I love Jenkins. I love Justin Fields. I've on the record, I would have taken Mac Jones over Justin Fields. I've said that forever. It's not an indictment. I think Justin has a higher ceiling, but that's how I scouted those players. But I love Tevin Jenkins. I believe he'll be your left tackle.
I do too.
And I believe he's going to shut up a lot of people. And we'll see how it goes. Did I give you enough receivers? I'm sorry.
You did.
Okay, good.
You actually gave me more than 5.
There you
more
go.
than 5. No, I agree with you, dude. And
you got to love Olave, too. I mean, Olave is just...
Yeah, but that asshole ran himself out of the second round. Like, come on, dude. Like, you can't run a 4.25. You want to play with your boy Justin Fields, right? Don't run. You'll make your money. Trust me. He ran himself out of the second round.
Yes, he did.
There's no way he's going to the second round, dude. None. He runs a 4.2, anything. 4.2999999 is a 4.2. And
especially with those hands and
the program he came out of, you know how people value.
He's definitely going.
I'm like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I would be shocked if he didn't go in the first round.
Yes,
like shocked.
Yeah. Oh, I concur.
Jamison Williams, I'm on the other side. I could see him falling all the way to the end, and that everybody else says because of the injury.
Yeah, no, but because the draft is so deep, people are going to want to see somebody who. I'll take him.
I'm going to take someone healthy.
Yes.
Then wait on a guy, and that's where I think Ryan Poles could strike. That would be the only person I could see them trading up for because he's that dynamic.
It could be another Eddie Jackson where, Eddie Jackson fell, to the 4th because of his broken leg. So that happened in another Alabama kid. So, that's a good.
Hey, but everyone forgets Jamison played at Ohio State with Justin. So they have some friendship. They have chemistry and friendship. Yeah. So keep that one in our back pocket.
Dude, that's awesome. Like I said, I can't wait until 3 weeks from today when that
you're gonna come on the show, right?
If I'm invited, you know damn well I'll be there, dude.
I already told you. You, Kenneth.
Oh yeah.
How's Ivan doing?
Ivan's all right. He's on cloud 9.
I'm right here. I'm doing.
He won his
Cubs.
His Cubs won yesterday.
They won. Was that opening day?
It was. They were the first game on the docket.
Was he there? Were you there, Ivan?
Oh yeah, I was there. I went there.
Oh.
We were there for a while, and then I had to take off a little early, but the Cubs won anyway. I'm going back as soon as the show's done today, so I'll see
Look
2
at
games.
you. Enjoy it, man. Is it nice there in Chicago?
No.
No, it's raining.
it's
been rain. I go,
rainy,
do I
it's
live in
rainy, it's
Seattle?
cold. Yeah,
Finally,
it's rainy,
I got
it's
some
cold.
sun.
It's rainy, it's cold, and it's by the lake, so it's gonna be
colder.
Oh yeah.
Swirling winds and shit.
The Sox, they opened up yet, Shawn?
No, they open up tonight. They open
Are
up
you
today.
going to that?
No, they're in Detroit, so their home opener on
okay.
Tuesday. I'll be at their home opener is Tuesday. I
Good.
was talking about it earlier. Like we're starting off at my buddy's place. We get a bus and we take that to the Sox game.
Nice.
So we're gonna be eating and drinking at his bar, jamming to some phenomenal. See, there you go with your nonsense, dude. They win one game and they think they're world beaters. There's my man. Don't mess with him, even though he's hurt for 10 days.
Ain't nobody can mess with him. He's on a 10-day.
So we're gonna be drinking at the bar. We'll be
Good
drinking
for
on
you.
the bus ride there. We'll be drinking at the stadium in the parking lot, tailgating beforehand. And I just hope I make it into the game. Hey, dude, great stuff. But do me a favor, let everyone know where they can find you and your work online.
You could find me at Phil_Toshin on Instagram. Follow me there. And the TTNL, the Tape Never Lies Network. Italian Shawn is back with Italian Phil. The super back. We'll have you on to break down some running backs, bro.
Cool. They call me Italian Shawn because those are my younger, wilder, crazy days when I lived in Italy. So
yes.
So every time summer comes, like, oh, Italian Shawn's returning.
You gotta take out the wife feeder, get the sun. With that mirror thing, get your gold chain. Hey, what's the matter for you?
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
I'm talking to you. Are you talking to me? You talking to me?
I saw my Italian friend at Home Depot with his dad yesterday.
Oh
and
yeah.
all I go is, but what about Angelo? I screamed it so loud at all of Home Depot. Song, hey coach, how you doing? Hey. You gotta love it. Summer of Italian Shawn is back,
dude. They've been giving me shit for the last couple of summers. I'll tell you what though, it's summer Italian Shawn, the summer of Shawn. It's going to be live this year. You know what?
There you go. I'm gonna get you guys into training camp again.
Dude, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Everything's opening up. We're talking the beaches are opening up, the festivals are all back, the rooftops are all back. Just enjoying summertime Shy. We got to get you out here, dude.
I'm gonna try to get out there this summer.
To the summer, yeah, I'm telling you, bro. It's a whole nother summertime Shy is a whole nother animal, dude. Whole nother animal. But hey, as always, man, I appreciate it. I love you, brother.
All right,
I appreciate
guys.
your time, man, and we'll be in touch. All right.
All right, love you guys.
All right, dude.
Good luck to both of you.
Thanks. he said both of the White Sox, not the Cubs. That was my guy, Phil Toshi. We got to take a quick break. It's the last break of the show, last break of the week. And we'll be back. More sports conversations. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, this is Gary Payton, and we listen to Shawn and Maya in the morning. Do that.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash on the Sports Zone Chicago.
Hamp hits a drive into right center field. Back goes Kane. That ball is going to be off the wall. One run is in. Contreras around third. He scores.
The call on the Cubs radio network, 5-4 the win at Wrigley over the Brewers on opening day. Kyle Hendricks struck out 7 over 5 1/3. He gave up a run on 5 hits and walked 3. Milwaukee's Corbin Burns allowed 3 runs on 4 hits over 5 innings. He struck out 4 and walked 3. The series continues this afternoon. Milwaukee sends righty Brandon Woodruff to the hill. He'll take on lefty Justin Steele. It's a 1:20 first pitch at Wrigley Field. The White Sox open the season today. 12:10 Central first pitch from Detroit. Lefty Eduardo Rodriguez starts for the Tigers. The White Sox go with right-hander Lucas Giolito. For lightning fast sports updates, download the Score app. It's free and one of the most popular sports apps in North America. I'm Chuck Sanders. That's the Sports Flash on the Sports Zone Chicago.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents. And
Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emu wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. There are so many words to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. The chicken, juicy, succulent, seared. The brioche roll, buttery and toasty. The Parmesan crisps, crunchy, tangy. The secret aioli, creamy and rich. All those words, but when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera's new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. Enjoy a free drink with purchase of a new Chef's Chicken Sandwich. Restrictions apply. For details, visit panerabread.com/online code.
I'll start with disappointment. This making bogey from 50 yards on 8. Lack of concentration on the first one, second one, lack of commitment, and then a blocked putt. So just 3 bad shots in a row.
Tiger, what question marks did you have?
But as far as the good stuff, the finish in the red today, after as long a layoff as I've had, and not being in competitive golf, I don't really consider a scramble in the PNC it is competitive, but it's not like this. This is totally different. But to play this golf course and to do what I did today, to make to hit the shots in the right spots. I know where to hit it to a lot of these pins, and I'm missing the correct spots and give myself good angles. And I did that all day, and I was able to make a few putts and end up in a red like I am right now. I'm only 3 back, and I know we got a long way to go. This golf course is going to change dramatically.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. That's our man, Tiger Woods. Say what you want about him and his personal life, and that's, we all have stuff that we're not proud of or that we screw up in. But as a golfer, dude, that he is a force. He was a movement. He himself and him by himself was a movement. And you know what? I'm glad he's back to competitive golf. The Masters, a place that he's dominated. And you heard him. He's like, I'm only 3 back. I think it's actually 4 back. I'm not sure that was taken, but when that interview occurred. But the leader is at 5 under. So it's not. And what I tell you, he will just hang around and hang around and hang around. Sanjay M is at 5 under. Yeah. So trust me, Tiger is in pouncing distance. Trust me.
Well, as long as he could hold up,
if he makes a cut, yeah.
That injury, he almost had with the leg amputated.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was that close, and people are talking about it. Like the first round, how everybody expects Tiger to just kind of be right where he is, like be even. And I'm not a golf expert. I just listen to the golf experts, and what they're saying is that he's, with that injury, you got to think the dude almost had his leg amputated. You're constantly walking in the game of golf. There's no carts.
Not allowed.
You're not carted anywhere.
You're not allowed.
You're walking your ass to your ball every single shot, and it's got to be tasking for him, especially just 16 months off it. I'm sure his rehab had to have been insane.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, to be as great as he is, you got to have a different type of mentality. And the money, being a millionaire helps because you can have people come and, hey, your job is to get my ass up and do this. Like this is what it is. And I'm sure there's motivation with Tiger, but I want to see him succeed. You know what I mean? After I'd like to see that somebody that everybody written off. I thought the last Masters was his greatest, but this one might be it. Like if he's able to sustain and continue on through the next couple of days, it'll be amazing. If he makes this cut.
You're right, and he might, dude. You know what? That's the thing about Tiger is you never underestimate the heart of a champion. And Tiger is is at one point, he not even one point. He's still arguably the best. All right, the best. Nomad, thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend. I'm glad you found it. Do me a favor, feel free to pass it on to your friends. Let family and friends know we're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. to noon on YouTube where you're watching, on Facebook as well. Okay, and it's also on our app. So I appreciate the love, and you know what? I'm just going to continue. I'll tell you this: I'm going to continue being me, Nomad, because what you see is what you get. And if you rock with it, that's awesome. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you found it. And trust me, you'll be a more educated fan, especially when it comes to football. You'll be more educated. You'll be a much more educated dude because I know my shit, especially with football. So thank you again. I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. And man, we'll see you on Monday. You can make it back. All right. Cool. Yeah, Tiger, man. Tiger's the best to me. Is the best picture was when he was here with the US Open, and he's walking to the 18th green and everyone's behind him. Is like the Pied Piper, at the height. I don't know if it was like 2000 something. I don't know. I don't remember what year it was, but dude, it was just amazing. And Tiger revolutionized the game of golf by himself. Okay, by himself. And yeah, I'd love for him to be able to get back to the top of the leaderboard, to be able to win, to put on another green jacket, to hoist another trophy. Because to me, Tiger to me is the best guy. And I saw Jack a little bit growing up. Okay, because I wasn't a big golf fan, but when you're back then, you're limited on channels, and you want to watch sports. He's on ABC. Okay, I'll watch golf for a little while, until I get too bored. But to me, he's the best, and now he just needs a couple more tournaments, a couple more majors, to have the outright number of most majors in a career. But I still think he's the best because there was nobody. The things that he was doing, it was unbelievable. And you smelled. It was the best part about Tiger was his aura. Because if you had a lead and you knew he was in striking distance, 1 or 2 strokes behind, guys would shit the bed. Guys would shit the bed because they knew Tiger was coming. And you're up and you got to make this putt, and all of a sudden you hear the gallery go nuts on the hole prior because Tiger birdied or eagle the hole, and you hear that, and you're like, oh, you look over there like, oh shit. Okay, well, I got to make this one. You talk about pressure. You talk about sphincters tightening, okay? Because you hear the roar of the crowd, and now you got to make it, and the crowd might not roar for as big for you as they did for Tiger. So his aura at his height was awesome, and I'd love to see him get back to winning a couple of more and just solidifying himself, as the greatest golfer of all time, and make it no doubt, So. Good luck to him. Hope he makes a cut today. Hope it's another 2 or 3 under par, and it makes a cut. And then on Saturday, start having everybody say, "Oh shit, is Tiger really back? Is Tiger really back?" But we'll see. You know what? We will see, man.
Yeah, Armando. I mean, we just don't go full meathead. Like, I don't know about a no meathead zone. We just don't go full meathead. We know where to draw our lines.
No, well, see, here's the things. Like we can be meathead fans, but we're educated. Like we're I wouldn't say educated. There's a lot of experience that comes with it. And I'll tell you if I'm going in the meathead zone. I'll tell you if I'm being a meathead. I've told you, like, oh, I'm just being a freaking meathead, blah, 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 blah. Okay. It's not too often that I do that, It's not too often that I do that. But the experience that I have, I'm fortunate to have had that experience. Fortune played a little part of it. I'm not going to lie to you. I busted my ass. I busted my ass getting ready for football seasons and as a player and making myself into, the player that I became. And then when I became a coach, same thing. It's about the process. All right. It's about the process. And, once I started coaching, the process was the same. I started studying tape and looking here. Now I'm just now I had to put people in places to be successful as opposed to me understanding what they're going to do, and then I had to pass that on to other, to my players and my, the kids that I coach. So, I've been fortunate, but also I busted my ass as well. All right. So, I can't tell you, I can't believe 3 hours has come and gone. Wow, awesome show. Want to thank our guys, Joseph Phillips, who was looking like DJ, DJ Envy. No, what the? I just forgot. Not DJ Envy. That's for the Breakfast Club. Um, dude, who's the DJ? I just forgot now. Oh no, who's the DJ that Joe looks like?
Be nice.
DJ D Nice. There you go. I like the dude with the hat who had like thousands of people on his Zoom meetings and stuff during COVID. Had the president on there, had the first lady. Yeah, DJ D Nice. Thanks for Joseph coming on, talking with us, and then my guy, Phil Toshin, coming on talking Bears. We can talk Bears all day long, and make sure you check it out. You check out the Tape Never Lies Network. He's got a couple of great shows in there, and him, his dad, his partner Shane, their partner Barrelissimo, who's across the pond. He's in London, so make sure you check it out. Great work over there. Want to thank him. Definitely got to thank my guy Ivan. Keeps everything running smoothly here, and this show went really fast today.
The flu.
And that's a sign of us having fun. Today we usually have 2 guests. And I'll tell you what, dude, I reached out to, honestly, yesterday was about 15 people. 15 people. And they're like, oh, I can't, I'm with my kids. That's the only time I have meetings scheduled, or I got to do this, or I'll be at work and I can't. I'm like, all right, cool. And I know it's difficult because we're on at 9 and most people don't have, most people have regular jobs when they do their, and they have their own sports stuff in the evening. So it was tough. Like 15 people. I'm like, oh, hi, dude. Me and I are going to carry the show. And
that's what it is. It happens. Tiger's on the screen right now. He's about
to
tee off at 141. So I'm like, I'm up. I got a little money on Tiger. So,
do you?
I'm like,
okay.
So I'm sitting here like, come on, Tiger, do it. Like, dude. I mean, there was some crazy odds for Tiger Woods. I think like plus like 4,500 somewhere, some places
to win the Masters. Wow.
To win. I was just like, because a couple years ago he won it. Did he win at my birthday? I think it was the 14th or the 15th, the day after my birthday, and it was just amazing. So I was like, man, on his 25th, on the 25th anniversary, you know what I mean, of the last time the first time he did it, maybe $25 for the 25th year. So
can't go wrong. Not too much, not too crazy. Well, good stuff. Well, guys, listen, we got to take a 69-hour break, and on the other side of the break, we'll be back at you. The White Sox home opener is today. Go Sox! I can't wait to see them and Lucas Giolito. How does he start off the season? The Cubs continue their series with the Milwaukee Brewers. They open up with a 4-game set starting yesterday. How do that series progress? So we got a lot to talk about. The Bulls play tonight. They also play Sunday. Regular season ends. See where they fall. So we got a lot to talk. So on our 69-hour break, we'll see how it all plays out. We'll be back at you. Same bat time, same bat channel, 9 a.m. to noon Central Standard Time. So for everybody back here at Sports Zone Chicago, you know what? Real quick, make sure you stay here. Make sure you stay here because at 12 o'clock at the top of the hour, Second City Sports with Lakina McGee and Sydney Brown are going to take you to the next 2 hours talking more sports. So for our guys, everyone here, and especially my guy Ivan Vargas.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be a little buzzing, so I won't be on tonight. I will be on, and I won't be on tomorrow. I won't be on tomorrow as well. I'll be going up to Michigan with the Smoke Fellows, but the Smoke Fellows will be on at 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So check out the Smoke Fellows tomorrow. Should be a great show.
Awesome, guys. For now, so we'll see you guys on Monday. All right, follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. I couldn't remember. We are at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Chi. That's CHI. Guys, have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Your boy, the Superback. I'm out.